Hey, everybody. Welcome to Jam TV show number 127. Hey, Jam TV audience, show 127. Been off for a week or two or three. I don't even know. No, I think we were just off for a week. I had a gig last week. I was doing sound and staging on AJ LaSala's gala for the Building Hope Foundation. That was a great event. A lot of familiar faces there performing, and it was a good time. Good time was had by all. Fancy schmancy black tie affair. So good to see you. And the day before that, I was playing accordion, and Sherry was playing ukulele for a tree lighting in Norwalk, and Santa was there. Hey, Santa.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, that's not the right Santa. We had Norwalk Santa. That's East Pole Santa. You're the West Pole.
So, exactly.
Good to see you.
You've been a good boy.
I've been a good boy this year. I haven't done anything this year. Like I haven't done anything to do anything bad.
There you go.
Been hiding out. So how's it going out on the coast, on the West Pole?
Well, it's a little chilly right now.
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah. We're right at this. Okay, we are still 57 degrees.
Oh my God! My heart, be still.
I know. And let me say, Santa just got off the ladder. I had to put the outside. I'm telling you, Ed, it's killing me. Where the hell is my elves?
I know, exactly. Wow. Yeah, 57 degrees. I know LA. You're like Floridians. You're like, oh, it's 70. I gotta get a sweater.
Exactly.
Super fun. Good to see you.
Yes, it's good to be seen.
What does your shirt say, Santa?
It says, "'Tis the season," and
it's
watching TV football.
It is the season. Very good. Nice to see you. With no further ado, here's Will Baird. How you doing, Will?
Hey,
I'm good. Hey guys.
How you doing, Will?
I hope you realize there is a labor shortage, which is why you got the elf problem. It's
okay.
Unfortunately, they're working on it.
Thank you, and my back hurts too.
Yeah.
Oh, not good.
Yeah, that's not
good.
Well,
I'm getting too old, guys.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, same here. I'm getting too old to enjoy anything, including Christmas.
That's the nature of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of got the Christmas spirit the other day. Sherry was playing ukulele, and I was playing accordion. It was 35 degrees, and we played for about, I don't know, a little less than an hour. Felt like a long time, and to the point where, like, the second song, our fingers were like, that feeling when you do a gig that's too, it's like, even in the 40s, you could get that going on. But so there was Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, and this little girl comes out of the crowd and walks. We started playing Jingle Bells. She's like, oh, I know that song. She walks right up on the stage. She looks at Sherry. She goes, I'm going to sing it. She's like 5. She might have been 4. Like, she was a little tiny girl, maybe 6. She was a little tiny girl. And she gets on the mic. We set her right up, and she sings Jingle Bells. And it was really, really sweet. It was like, oh, now I got the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
And then her sister said, I'm not going to be upstaged by this little twerp. And she comes up, and she goes, play it again, Sam. So we did it again. And it was also a lot of fun. There's a clip of that on Sherry's timeline.
It's hilarious.
But it was a good time. It was kind of nice. And I got I kind of got the Christmas spirit a little bit. Like, we were singing, we were doing Christmas songs, and it was just kind of a nice vibe.
Yeah.
Ed, I have a question. Your accordion. I couldn't believe, looking at the photos and the video footage, how you could stretch it way.
Oh, yeah, they get big. Those accordions, yeah. Hey, that's a great accordion. That used to be Chuck Chesler's accordion, and one day he calls me up. So this is the accordion that he bought for real money, like more than my car. A lot of money he paid for this accordion. He got it brand new, I think he said he got it at an accordion shop in New Jersey. He used to live in New Jersey, and he. I always admired that accordion. I had accordions, but they weren't the greatest accordions in the world, right? But that was a really that Giulietti. It's a sort of a model. It's that like there aren't a lot of models. Guitars. There's a lot of name brand. Like, oh, I want this brand.
Right.
I want a Fender. I want a whatever a Les Paul. But with accordions, there's only a few very decent. There's Hohner, the Germans, and then there's Giulietti in Italy, and there's Scandali, and there's a few others. And so he had this great accordion. And one day he calls me up and he goes, hey, Ed, this is Chuck Chesler, right? He calls me, hey, Ed, you know that accordion, that guy, white one, I got it? Yeah. He goes, you want it? I go, yeah. But he goes, I'll sell it to you for $100.
Wow.
So I said, so what's wrong with it?
Yeah.
He says, nothing wrong with it. It's like the day I bought it, brand new, and I said, $100. What are you imbibing or are you drinking?
Yeah.
Like, why are you calling me to sell me? He said, I know you like my accordion. I'm like, yes, I do like your accordion. He goes, well, come over before I change my mind. I'm like, I'll be there in 4 minutes. So, like, I raced. I got in my car and I raced over there. And I'm like, here's your $100, right? and so then I said, really, what? I want you to have it. He was really good about it, whatever. So about a week later, I like played it nonstop for about a week. And a week later, I'm sitting in the occupational therapy unit at Norwalk Hospital with this blonde Polish doctor. And she said, do you play the accordion? And I'm like, yeah. And she said, you have an accordion injury. She said, get a lighter accordion.
Wow,
because this accordion is really, really heavy. The white one that I played with Sherry the other day for the Christmas tree lighting is deadly heavy. And so that's it. So now I actually stood for that show, but usually I'll sit in a chair if I'm going to play more than a couple of songs.
Yeah,
So-
there's actually specific injuries that are associated with specific instruments. So you play mandolin, you have a tendency to get this.
There's a muscle about that big, and it's right there. It's right like there. And it's because you're doing this, and you're lifting, and you're pressing buttons or whatever, and like, ow, and I can feel it. I can feel it actually. That is the muscle that isn't happy unless you got to work that muscle out somehow, whatever. So let's see if we got Bill Nolan. Let's see if we got him.
Yeah. Hey,
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa!
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. Honest to God,
My
what I
God.
don't understand is that when this thing's done, I'm sorry to bring it's all about me now, but when Dave, you look fabulous, by the way. Will, you look got a haircut, Will? You got a little haircut?
I think so. I'm not sure. I just woke up and it was shorter.
Alien abduction.
Yeah.
But anyway, when I put this thing on, everything's working. By all appearances, it seems to be fine. You come on, and I cannot hear you. And since that time, as soon as you bring me into the thing, everything stops working. And the camera wasn't working.
It's me. I did it. I hacked you.
The
Blame
whole
Ed.
freaking thing. It's you.
1-800 blame Ed. Yeah, but Ed is.
Not you,
I,
it's me.
1-800 blame it. No, it's 1-900 blame it. I want to get a payday on that deal.
I always actually, whenever Ed counts off the show, show 127, I have this image of Ed after the show in his basement with like these marks on the wall, like prisoners have, and then like cross out with like a few more. And it goes,
That's about right. Like scratching it in with an old shiv. Unbelievable. God, look, we got like a full house studio today. Oh, I saw Winston there. We got Ray Simonelli who's going to come in. So,
Ray.
so tell me, we've got to do this unless it was a secret. First of all, is your hat like a Swedish spear? Is that what that is?
No.
Like,
No.
Is it
No.
the Vatican?
That's-
Is it
no.
the Swiss Guard from the
No,
Vatican?
it's the Saints.
It is
It's
the
the
Saints.
Oh, from the.
It is the Saints, but truly, I look at it more as a representative of New Orleans, because
Yes.
the
There
fleur de
you
lis is really, it's a
There
New
you
Orleans, so I'm not a Saints fan.
Very cool.
I
It
thought
looks
so.
like the spears that the Swiss Guard have at the Vatican that guard the Pope, with their knee socks and everything.
Nice
Yeah.
hat. Nice hat.
I'm a little more lowbrow than that,
So wait, all right, so hold on. I got to bring some people on this screen here today. We got Ray Simonelli, if you could believe it, Ray Simonelli is a teacher. We got Winston
Uh-oh.
coming on. Here comes Winston.
Hey, there we go. There's
Put
Ray.
Winston
Wow.
there. We're going to put Bill Nolan. Oh, my God. We got everybody, right?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Full house.
So what happened, Bill Nolan? How is it that you ended up in Sweden for the weekend?
Ooh.
Funny story. Not really exciting, but funny. Our next door neighbors when we lived in Rowayton were this lovely Swedish family called Mats and Katarina Berglund, and they live in. They have a home now in Gothenburg, and they have a home in this little archipelago called Gullholmen. And we've been there to visit them. My wife and Katarina are like besties. Like I literally, when they were moving in, I'm out on the street because I was like the mayor of my little street. It was a dead end street, and I'm a dead end kind of guy. So I went up and talked to Katarina. I came back in the house and I said to my wife, I said, I just met your new best friend, and they just hit it off like crazy. I mean, Katarina is just like a sunny human being, and over time, our kids kind of grew up together and, all that stuff. So they were having a 60th birthday party in Gothenburg on last Saturday night. And, lest anyone really get this completely wrong, the Nolmans are not the let's go to Sweden for the weekend kind of people. That's not like, that is not how we roll.
You didn't go to Westchester, take your jet over,
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
that is not how
night.
we roll.
We'll eat some
But
cheese. Yeah.
Mats is now retired. He's about 11 or 12 years younger than me, but he just retired, and he was in oil shipping.
Okay.
And when you're in oil shipping, he lived in Rowayton, then he lived in Houston, then he came back to Rowayton, then he lived eventually in Hong Kong. So they would come to visit us and have dinner, and Katarina would spend the night, but Mats would be picked up by a driver at 10 o'clock at night, taken to the airport, fly to Venezuela, then fly back to London, then fly back to New York. And this is in the period of about 4 days, and then fly to Hong Kong. So he has miles. He has like a lot of miles.
Yeah.
And that's what they basically did. They were they wanted us, they were bad enough to pay for it. And
that's great.
We went there and it was fabulous. And, we were there basically travel Thursday, travel Monday. We were there basically Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Gothenburg, which is a great town. It's kind of to, if Stockholm is New York, Gothenburg is kind of Boston. It's just like a little less, and whenever anybody talks about Stockholm, I love when you're like, Scandinavians get snarky because it's just so cute, it's not like, it's not like motherfucker, no, it's like, and every time anyone talked to me about Stockholm, they did this, they go, well, in Stockholm, like that.
We do such and such.
It's all like,
in Stockholm.
It's fun when you have the Swedes talking about Norwegians and probably vice versa, because that's like Texas A&M or something, or Texas Oklahoma. It's just there's jokes, there's all
Well, they are different countries, but people don't quite realize that they are different people, different languages, different cultures.
Completely. And one of the things I realized this time around, and we had a great time. We did all sorts of things, and I don't want to, we'll go over this because we were beginning to talk about food, which was, maybe that's for another time. We'll talk about the food because it was the best food experience I had there. Because sometimes in Scandinavia, the food can be kind of like, it's kind of like what looks like a seagull ate and then dropped on this cracker that's about the consistency of quartz. And it's just, they have a tendency to put stuff in this kind of, mayo-looking sauce.
Yeah, it's jellied fish in aspic,
For those of you who have not eaten yet, you may want to turn your volume down for the next 3 minutes.
Or you may want to go to Sweden and really, we had to
go for it. Yeah.
But it was really, it was a great thing. And, you were talking, it was funny, we were talking about guitars and this kind of thing. So one of the guys that's there, I've known for a long time, not the neighbor, but the neighbor I knew 25 years ago, and so I've known some of these people for a long time, and we've become friendly. I went to his apartment on Sunday night. There was a little dinner there the night before we're coming home, and he says, come on, I want to show you my guitars. So I go into his bedroom, and no, it's not a come on, and it's not going anywhere. Okay, shut up. But anyway, I go in there.
Rutger Hauer
He
jumped
showed
out of
you
the
right
closet,
there.
right?
And he takes different things out. He has an ovation. He has this something about from a brand called Levin, Levin, and you can see that online. And then he had a guitar that he took out of the case, and my jaw just dropped because it was so gorgeous, and it had no markings on it, but it had more mother of pearl on it than than anything I've ever seen. And actually, I'll give you at some point. I'll give you the thing so you can actually put it on the thing too, so people can see it. But it's made by Hofner, the same guys who made McCartney's bass, and it's called like a 457 or something like this. It's this gorgeous, hollow body thing that has again so much candy on it, like the fret markers. Some of them are just basically rectangular mother of pearl big ass.
Well, Hofners have a lot of different colors of mother of pearl,
They
they
do.
make patterns out of them. I'm aware of that. Yeah.
They do.
Wow.
So he gave it to me.
What?
He
What
said,
in the what?
He said, have it, and the only tough part is that it's still over there because he said, have it. This is Sunday night before I'm taking an early flight the next morning. It didn't have a hard shell case. It didn't have a bunch of stuff. But now I'm in like that funny ass, aftermarket thing. This is what's great about the internet. There's so many things that suck about it, but what's really great, looking for a hard shell case for a 1959 Hofner, 457.
What color do you want?
Yeah.
I found a couple online. Then I found this place in Germany that might have the tuning peg that I need. There's one. That's the only other thing. That's the only thing that's really wrong with it. It's missing a tuning peg. And again, it's got to be mother of pearl. The whole fucking thing is mother of pearl. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And so anyway, that was just unbelievable. I mean,
That's great. What year is that? A vintage guitar? Or?
It's like 59, 60, something like that. And it's a kind of guitar that I don't have. I don't have a hollow body, single cutaway kind of jazz axe. That's what it sort of looks like. I don't know what it'll sound like. I mean, it obviously had not been played in quite some time. But I just and basically, I think he gave it to me because I just was so enthusiastic when I saw it. I think he just thought, and he's not playing it, so pretty cool. Anyway.
Very cool. All right, I got to see something. I was going to say,
know.
Bill, play us a song, but I see there's something happening here. There's something happening, and it looks immediate somehow. Let's see what this is.
Uh-oh.
What is happening over there, Stephen?
Hello, Ed. How are you, brother? Hey.
How are you?
What's up, guys? Hey, Ray.
Something
Hey, Bill.
happening here.
Exactly. What are you guys doing over there? What's happening with that saxophone?
Well, that's my son, Michael. How you doing? My youngest son. Say hello.
Michael, welcome.
Michael's been a musician for a while, since middle school, and he was sort of vacillating back and forth with it, what he was going to do with it. Now he's been practicing regularly for about a year, maybe a year and a half, and we're starting to get into it. So we play together whenever we can, man.
Yeah.
All right,
awesome.
I'm not gonna mess around. I see a guy standing there with a saxophone. I'm not gonna make you stand there for half an hour. Play us a song, you guys.
Hey, we're right on. Hit it, brother.
We're gonna do the show upside down today.
Yep. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. All right.
Go ahead.
We're at 200.
I'm back here somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, 200. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
That That was kick-ass.
That was
Unbelievable.
great. What a great song to kick off with, man.
Dancing in my chair for crying out loud. That was terrific.
Hey, chip off the old block. What can I tell you?
Fantastic, you guys. Well, I hope you guys can hang out a little while. I had to, I see a guy with a saxophone. I'm like, that's a cross to bear. You know?
Stop that man.
Exactly. Bill Nolan, you got one for us?
Go, bro.
No, whatever.
Come on, play one.
Oh, whatever.
Okay.
Mr. Happiness, yes.
Do I need a capo on this? I don't know. I do.
Steely Dan, I think.
That is correct. But I think I need a capo. Hello, one and all. Was it you I used to know? Can you hear me call? On this old ham radio, all I got to say, I'm alive and feeling fine. If you come my way, you can share my poison wine. No marigolds on the promised land. There's a hole in the ground where they used to grow. Anyone left on the Rio Grande is the king of the world, as far as I know. I don't want your bread. I don't need your helping hand. I can't be no savage. I can't be no highwayman. Show me where you are. You and I will spend this day driving in my car through the ruins of Santa Fe. No marigolds in the promised land. There's a hole in the ground where they used to grow. Any man left on the Rio Grande is the king of the world, as far as I know. Could use a synth, this whole thing. Or an accordion, a heavy accordion. I'm reading last man's papers, although I don't know why. Assassins, cons, and rapers might as well die. If you come around, no more pain and no regrets. Watch the sun go down, smoking cobalt cigarettes. There's no need to hide, taking things the easy way. If I stay inside, I might live till Saturday. No marigolds on the promised land. There's a hole in the ground where they used to grow. Anyone left in the Rio Grande is the king of the world. King of the world, as far as I know.
Very nice.
Bravo.
Very nice.
Oh,
Very nice.
man.
That was
Great.
pretty cool. Wow.
So
And
I
look
think
who we got.
Hi guys.
Hey, Mario.
Mario Orlando. How you doing, man?
Not good.
No? Why? What's going on with you?
Well, I figured I'd let you guys know. As of February, I was having trouble swallowing. and I went to have it checked up, and it turns out that I have adenocarcinoma
Oh.
Oh,
of the
no.
gastroesophageal junction,
Ugh.
which is
So what
the
do they do
lower
about
part,
that?
which is the lower part of where the esophagus meets the stomach.
Okay.
And there was a tumor there that caused trouble also at the top of the stomach where the sphincter muscle is.
Uh-huh.
And I've been going under chemo for the past 6 months.
Oh,
Wow, I didn't know that.
that is
Yeah,
terrible.
well, that's why I've been keeping a low profile. But I figured,
Yeah.
you invited me to come on, and I said to myself, there are a few people that know me on that. I didn't want to broadcast that on Facebook because I don't want people
Oh, it's broadcast, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
constantly checking.
It is
Nobody
now.
watches this show anyway. God, I'm
But I
sorry to
figured,
hear that, man.
like
Yeah.
Billy and people like that, and yourself, Ed, you deserve to know what's going on because I've been keeping a low profile because the chemo plus I have to take the stuff home. I get infusions at home. I get
Right.
infusions at the hospital. I got a banquet of pills I need to take every day.
Yeah.
It's screwing me
You
up,
look
man.
okay. You sound okay.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
look
are you
good.
all
Well,
right?
that's the thing. When people meet me and they get to see me in person, they don't see anything's wrong.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
They don't see it, and I don't show it on the outside.
Yeah.
Right.
Where are
But
you
I'm
going
feeling
to?
like shit, and the days, just trying to get motivated during the day takes me a long time, and then I have to take the meds. That pushes me up a little bit, but I have to be careful with those because one of the drugs they gave me,
Yeah.
it's a platinum-based heavy metal drug,
Okay.
and it is toxic
sorry,
to the
that-
nerve. And what happens is
Or
you
adjectives.
develop neuropathy,
Uh-huh.
which means you start to
Right.
lose feeling in your hands, your fingertips, your feet. Right now, my feet are like I can't even feel the floor. My hands got better. Thank
Yeah.
God my
Oh,
hands.
good. Are you playing at all? Playing guitar at all?
Well, I'm messing around because I'm getting ready. You guys don't know this, but I'm sort of like planning, hoping for the best, but planning for the worst.
Yeah.
Because the diagnosis or the prognosis, I should say, for people that have my type of cancer profile is like 40% make it past 2 years. And then, if you can get to that 5-year mark, you're pretty much good to go for the next, 5 years. But
Yeah.
40% of the people don't make it. And I just got news last month that Melanie Monroe, who was Kit Payne's significant other, she had 2 children with him, died from she had something similar to what I had, but she had it at the upper part, which is a
Of the
squamous cell. The squamous cells are up here. Well, that finally did her in. She died, I think, was on November 11th. So she didn't make it.
Hey,
Yeah,
Ed,
well,
I'm
you got to
sorry
do what they
interrupt,
tell
but
you.
I'm
You
being
got to
paid
do
for
what they
private
tell
medical.
you. You got to follow the advice of the doctors. You got to keep a positive attitude. It sounds like you're doing
No,
you're
I'm
doing that.
fine with that. No, as far as following what the doctors say, I'm pretty much in charge because they wanted to bombard me with radiation.
Yeah.
I said, well, if I do that, what are the repercussions of that, and what are the odds of that doing anything, in a positive way? Well, only 4% who undergo the type of treatment that they wanted to give me actually do. They do. What's the word? See, my mind also is being affected by these drugs.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fog. Yeah.
I can't. Sometimes I'll remember things and forget what I was about to do and all that shit. Anyway, the point is, 4% really get something out of it. And I said,
Yeah.
those odds are
Like,
so
why?
small.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not doing it.
For the
Okay?
pain
I
and
don't wanna
suffering of having to deal with
complicate
that,
my
you're not going to
situation
take that
because they said
4%. Yeah.
that will carry on. That will carry on in the future, whatever happens to you, because we can only pinpoint it to a certain degree. So any normal tissues, any organs nearby will be affected. I said, screw that. You see, there are much worse things than dying. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Quality of life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
If I
Yep.
lose that, I lose that, it's time to check out.
Yeah.
Well, you have a
Really
lot of
is
courage
time
to
to
go
check
through
out.
it. It's definitely not
Yeah,
a
you
good
don't.
thing.
I don't want to be a vegetable or a plant that they water every now and then and take
Yeah,
out in
right,
the sunset.
right.
You know what I mean? I need to enjoy this. So what I've been doing is I've made a bucket list of things to do. You've seen that movie, With
Yeah,
the
okay,
bucket list.
yeah.
That you get, yeah.
yeah. Well, that's
What's
what I've
on
been
your
doing.
list?
Well, I figured I'd come up with some positive news. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Yeah.
Some positive shit. This is
To balance
my
it
project.
off. Yeah.
See what this
What's
is?
that?
Whoa, what the hell
It's
is
a
this?
Gumby.
It's
It's a hockey stick.
Yeah.
It's a hockey
12.
stick guitar, or anybody who's as old as me remembers that cartoon character Gumby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Gumby.
That
Yeah.
one looks like Gumby too.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a 12.
Cool act.
Okay.
It's
12
a
string.
12-string electric Fender. Wow.
Wow.
It's a 1966 electric 12 string.
Wow.
Sounds like something Tom
But
Petty
what
would
I'm going to do with it, I can't just leave things alone, right? you guys, I don't know, Billy.
Is that in standard tuning? You didn't mess with the tuning, did you?
Oh,
well,
God.
I'm not going to mess with the. Well, I am going to mess with the tuning. I am. What I'm turning it into is a 6-string slide guitar,
Wow.
strictly for slide. In
Wow.
different tunings for slide, because this guitar has a special sound, and when you change it to a 6-string, it is on fucking real.
Wow.
So what I'm going to do is change it. I was starting on it today, but I broke 2 strings because I got to figure out how to do this with the bridge, because the spacing is a
You
little
got
different.
10
'Cause,
more,
you
right?
have
You broke
2
two.
strings for each saddle, and each saddle is adjustable. But at the end of the day, I have to work on it. I'm probably going to have my guitar tech take the original nut off, save it, because they just slip in there. By the way,
Right.
they're not fixed in there like stone. They tap right out. By the way.
Speaking
he'll
of
tap
slipping
that
in
out.
there like stone,
No,
Randy
no.
Stone.
Well, most people
Very
don't know that
nice
because they
segue.
don't-
Nicely done,
Very
Ed. Nice
nice
segue, Ed. Nicely done.
Very
They don't
impressive.
mess
I make
with
the big
guitars like
Hold
I
that thought,
do.
Mario.
Yeah.
So they
How are
don't
you?
know how they're
Impressive.
built, especially the old ones. These can be tapped out. I want them to cut a new nut with a new spacing, and then string it up for 6-string, and then work with that. That's one project. But this is a beauty, man. Look at
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is. The sunburst, and it's a cool
this. It's
guitar.
a fucking 66. It's an original 66. Beautiful guitar
Pretty wild. Where did you find that?
on reverb.com.
Nice.
Yeah, they have all the vintage stuff as well as new stuff, but their platform is really, catering to the vintage guitar market. So you can find parts, things that you wouldn't normally go and find them, You have to go there, and you can get parts for old guitars. And so I picked this up, but that's one project. Wait till you see the others. Wait a minute. See, I got to keep busy, man.
Yeah, bucket number
You know what I'm
one.
saying? I got to keep
This
busy.
is the
otherwise,
show right
you
after.
know.
This is show right after Black Friday, the first one. Like everybody's going out on Black Friday and getting cheap stuff on Reverb and whatever.
Well,
On reverb.com.
they're a little softer because you see, this is what's going to happen. As we go into 2023, things are really going to get bad really fast.
Yes.
So people are going to have to raise cash, and prices need to come down.
Yeah.
But it's a buying opportunity for people who have the reserve, and that's
Right.
me.
Right.
I've been saving up for stuff like this for a while. Here's another project. This one I've been working on for 2 years, but I finally settled on finishing this thing.
All right, let's see it. Noman got a new guitar too, but it's a Hofner and it's in Sweden, but that's another story.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a what?
yeah,
It's a
like-
Hofner?
It's a Hofner, like mother of pearl, gorgeous thing, and it's in
a
Sweden.
Hofner. It's funny that you were mentioning Reverb because that was one of the places where I actually was able to find a hard shell case for it and possibly some
Yeah.
aftermarket parts. I need one part.
Yeah,
for it, but
right.
it is in
Exactly. And there's a few things I'm going to get on top, but this guitar I've been working on for 2 years because I wasn't satisfied. This is a 59. Wait a minute. God damn it. This is a
Wow.
59 Telecaster, okay? But I refinished it because the guitar was refinished a couple of times. They did this, so I didn't feel bad doing what I'm doing to it because the value has already been decreased because somebody's already touched it, right? If you touch one solder joint, you've just fucked that guitar up. I mean, these collectors are so picky.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's
You
you know,
touch
Paul,
anything.
that's only if you're interested in the aftermarket. You know, like to me,
What's that?
to me, it's only if you're interested in selling the thing. You know, I mean, honestly,
Well,
if
these
you,
people, they're just picky as shit. But the
I
point
know,
is,
but I
this
mean,
is
if
a
you own a
59,
guitar,
and
it's
it came out fantastic. This
Mm.
guitar is got doesn't have a lacquer finish. It has a hand rubbed, what do you call it? See, my mind, it's just
Yeah.
Don't worry,
doesn't-
that
fucking
joke
work.
did not fly by Randy and me. You know,
no. It's
You're my pal.
what is it? It's a shellac finish, and shellac is a natural product, as you know, made by these bugs, right? They
Right.
put shellac on M&Ms. You can eat that stuff.
is that
guys
what's on
know that?
M&Ms?
Yeah, the M&M candies that you give away on Halloween or you snack on. Guess what they coated with? They're
Swedish
coated with
fish
shellac.
flavored shellac.
I'm telling you, it's the truth. Look it
just
up.
blown open the candy.
I'm not
candy.
shitting you. If I get hungry, I could eat
I
this
don't want
thing.
to look it up.
You know what I'm saying? I can eat it. Sustenance.
We're in.
So that's
That's
one.
incredible. That's
Okay,
one. You
wait
got
a minute.
another one? You got
Second.
three?
Oh Lord.
Billy will appreciate this because he had one.
Does it melt in your
Had
hand?
one
Not
at
in your-
one time. And what does that say? Can you read that, Billy?
Melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
May
yeah, that's what it
66.
A 66B.
Ooh. Ooh.
Is
That's
this
your
Yeah.
is this a
Telecaster.
telly?
Ooh.
Is it a telly?
Oh, cool.
That's your Telecaster neck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And,
That's cool.
of
Billy.
course, Brazilian rosewood, which you can't get anymore.
So I went to
Brazilian rosewood is a
college.
city's
I had the
protected
66
species now.
Telecaster. I go to college, and my mother gives the Telecaster.
I can't believe she did that, Billy.
No.
Without
I come
asking
home.
you.
And it's gone. And it's like,
Oh.
Mom, what happened to this? I gave it to
Yeah.
your cousin Dana. I'm like, what? And then I talked to him, and he's
Gave
like,
it to him.
oh, we lost it, or it got stolen. Or something. It's like, wow, come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
wait a
the
minute.
worst. That's the worst. Your parents give your stuff away. Yeah, that happened to me.
Maybe.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
happened to
but
me
it
too.
was his guitar. She had to know. He played. He was active.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, he played, once a year.
No,
Billy
no,
was
no. Like,
active.
I didn't give away her tea set. It's like,
I mean, she's your mother, but still, man. Jeez.
That's not right. Even
No,
Santa
no.
knows that's not right.
Yeah, you better watch out, man.
Now, this neck, you see this neck?
Yeah.
Okay. This one is actually a Jazzmaster neck. And somebody decided to turn it into a Telecaster neck, and it has binding on it. And this one is a March 66B. 13 indicates that it's for a Jazzmaster or what's the other one? Or a Telecaster, okay? So that one is going on this guitar, which you guys haven't seen yet.
Oh my God, another guitar. You're just buying parts.
I am going, what did I tell you? It's my to-do list, man.
Yeah, this is the bucket list.
This
Yeah.
is a Telecaster custom. Where is that fucking camera?
Wow.
What the hell is that?
That's a
that the back?
Telecaster custom.
Okay.
And that neck, this neck that I just showed you, will go on this guitar.
Yeah, I love tellies with binding. That's a great look.
It's got binding on the neck, and it has binding on the guitar on both sides. So it's a perfect match.
But I wanted
I
it like
bought the
surf
neck.
green. Can we do that? It's like,
I bought the neck to go, the 66 neck to go with the guitar. Look at
And
this.
for those of you who don't know, binding is the thing that holds the skis to the boot when you go.
That's
skiing.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly right.
That's true. And this trim here is for guitar is called the binding. Okay.
Nice.
So that's what I'm working
That
on,
trim's
and I'll be
Randy,
working
for you,
on
that
these things
hand
all through
rubbed
the
trim.
winter.
That's exactly
Hand
what it is.
rubbed.
Yeah.
And yeah, all my stuff is done by hand, man. I don't use machines. So that's what I'm up to, you know.
Did you have anything that plays? Are they all
Yeah, I
crazy?
got my strap.
The necks are really percussion instruments.
Yeah, I do. I still have my Stratocaster. The Stratocaster is still intact.
That's like, yeah.
The Strat,
Guitar that-
you
yeah.
know, I set that guitar up back in 1980, and it stayed that way ever since. So I haven't, I haven't messed with that. Just back then I did, but that's the only one that plays. The one that's in that B modal tuning that you guys love to hear
Yeah.
because it can play bass at the same
The
time.
twangy Beetle Bailey one. That's a good one.
Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. But I've got this freaking disease to deal with.
So
Yeah.
you deal with that, and you enjoy the things you enjoy double as much. That's what you got to
Well,
do.
that's the idea, I mean, I can't just, I just say, okay, what it is, what it is. As long as my quality of life is there and I'm able to do shit like this,
Yeah.
then I'm fine. But if things go south, then it's time to check
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It's
Really,
a nuisance. You look at it as a nuisance. You got to deal with all of this crap. So do it
Yeah.
and hope for the best.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing, guys.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
do the best I can. But it was a shock because it was like it came out of the blue.
Yeah.
January, I had my birthday on the 15th. The 15th of January, I turned
Right.
72. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
As soon as I got into February, I just started noticing I was having trouble getting food down. And I said, well, maybe it's just a spasm or something like that, because I did have an ulcer way back when. And I figured, well, maybe it's acting up. Who knows? A week went by, 2 weeks went by. I said, oh, wait a minute. It's getting worse. And something's wrong. So I went in, and of course, then they found what they found.
Yeah.
It was a shock because it just all of a sudden
Yeah.
appeared.
Sorry to
I
hear
know
that.
that.
It's just such a drag, but you'll get through it. You'll deal with it, and you'll get through it, and you'll
Well,
enjoy your
like I
guitars
said,
in the
I'm hoping
meantime.
for the best. I mean, some days I don't feel as good, but I think it's got a lot to do with the meds I'm taking too. It's the constant medication and shit.
Well, you can always come hang out with us and shoot the shit.
Yep.
we're
Thursday
here.
nights.
Well, I figured I'd check in because I figured you guys were thinking, what the hell happened to you?
Yeah. Where'd he go?
No, we just thought, oh, he hates us. That's
No.
the show sucks and he hates us. That's what we thought. So.
Yeah,
No,
screw that.
I'm glad to
it's
hear
been
you
an
don't hate
ordeal.
the show.
It's
No, it
reassuring.
sucks because, just to get down to the hospital is a fucking drag. It takes me a half an hour, then I got to find parking. That's 20 minutes. Then I got to get into the building. That's another 10 minutes. Then I got to go register. Then I got to go to another side of the building to get
You
to
got to
the
let them
elevator.
torture you and bill up the hours. You got.
I mean,
That's what you
it's-
got to do to get
it's
through this.
fucking- And when I have the infusions, I'm out by maybe 4 or 5 in the late afternoon,
In this
and
one
then
day.
I'm still have to go home with more chemo. They put it in one of these pumps that over 48 hours, distributes more chemo.
Right.
And then I'm able to unhook it.
Yeah.
I have a port. Here, an actual port where they can
Wow.
plug in and unplug it.
So what's the deal with the hat, Heisenberg? Like, did you lose your hair?
Oh, wait, that's the least of my worries, man. Are you kidding me? I don't worry about that. Well, I still have my hair.
You still have your hair. You didn't have it before.
I didn't have it before. It didn't bother me. It's just I don't have it on the top. That's all. The stuff on the sides is, it's the way it was. Maybe a little thinner, but it's still there.
There you go.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
so anyway, guys, enough of this down shit. I'll let you have fun.
Great to
But I
see you,
figured,
Mario.
I'd
Check
check
back
in
in
and
with
let
us,
you
all
know
right?
what's
Hang in
Yeah.
there, Budio.
Hang in there. Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll
Come
talk
back.
to you later.
All
Come
right.
back.
later, Mario.
Yeah.
Right, man.
Bye-bye.
Bill Nolan, play a song for us.
Yeah, dude.
Shadows are falling and I'm running out of breath. Keep it in your heart for a while. If I leave you, it doesn't mean I love you any less. Keep me in your heart for a while. When you get up in the morning and you see that crazy sun, keep me in your heart for a while. There's a train leaving nightly called when all is said and done. Keep me in your heart for a while. La 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 la. Keep me in your heart. La 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 la. Keep me in your heart. Sometimes when you're doing simple things around the house, maybe you'll think of me and smile. You know I'm tied to you like those buttons on your blouse. Keep me in your heart for a while. Hold me in your thoughts. Take me in your dreams. Touch me as I fall into view. When the winter comes, keep those fires loose. I will be right here next to you. The engine driver's headed north down the Pleasant Street. Keep me in your heart for a while. These wheels keep on turning, but they're running out of steam. Keep me in your heart for a while. Hold me in your thoughts. Take me to your dreams. Touch me as I fall into view. When the winter comes, won't you keep those fires lit? And I will be right here next to you. Shadows are falling and I'm running out of breath. Keep me in your heart for a while. Keep me in your heart for a while. Keep me in your heart for a while.
Cool. I got a question. Another Nolan special.
Thank you.
Nice touch, man. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Bill,
no,
are
perfect,
these-
perfect choice. That was
You
good.
you always have a million songs like off the top of your head. Are these all memorized, or do you have like some that are at least a few that are in your personal fake book, or how do you?
The general thing to me, my problem is remembering all the words to all the songs. That's it was
All of them. Yeah,
it was a different thing in the old days. Like you sat there, you ingested a new album. If it was Post Sergeant Pepper, it had lyrics that came with it. You were like reading it. You were just it was such a big deal. And it seemed easier to learn, and it was easier to learn too when I used to write lyrics on like yellow lined paper, because it was kind of like school. When you copy paste, you don't really learn much. You kind of. So I mean, playing them, the changes, that kind of stuff. That much is pretty much I have together. But the words, I'm astounded about guys like Bob Dylan, where he's like freaking 80 years old and he plays songs that have like 25 verses.
But he doesn't have to worry about it. Nobody understands what he's saying anyway.
Right.
Oh, that sounds like my mother.
Hey, Ed.
Ouch. That's for Dylan.
I got to share this with you. I don't know how you'll feel about this, but this has something to do with what you were talking about a couple of times on Facebook and the problems that you've had with them. You know how you did the post yesterday? I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago about the right-wing group in Germany that got caught.
Oh yeah, for those of you who didn't hear, the Nazis, the guys who are still pissed off that the Nazis lost the war, they were plotting to overthrow the German government, and I don't mean like the Proud Boys. I mean like these guys were like gonna freaking do it with the kill all the. Yeah. So anyway, so what you have? What about that, Steve?
So remember, I put on instead of the like switch, I hit the angry face.
Oh yeah, right.
And you said to me, "Who are you?" I mean, I know you were tongue in cheek. You were saying, "Who are you mad at, me or the Nazis?" And I put underneath, Nazis, of course. Well, Facebook banned me for 20
They put you in Facebook jail.
I'm in Facebook jail because I said Nazis, of course.
Wait. What happened? Facebook did what to you, Steve?
they want. Let me see. It just popped up.
Here's what happened, Nick. So I said to Steve on a Facebook, I was talking about this German thing because I certainly did not want people to miss that Germany is like, this isn't just there are a bunch of nutcases in Idaho, skinhead.
Right, yeah.
This is like they had a military like ready to go in and attack the Bundestag, right? And so, plus I'm Austrian, I'm not German, and Austrians, we hate Germans anyway. So we're like, so I put that out there.
Hitler was Austrian.
And I said, and
Hitler
Steve
was Austrian. Don't
Steve,
be careful about that.
exactly right. And Steve, so was Mozart. Steve Steve said he put an angry emoji by accident or maybe on purpose. Right? And I said, Steve, are you angry at me or the Nazis? And he said, oh, it's clearly the Nazis, and they put him in Facebook jail.
So what is Facebook jail? What is Facebook jail?
They take you off Facebook.
Yeah.
If you've ever been,
I did Facebook jail for offense number 1.
the crazy thing that hits you first is like, Steve, what's with all the Hitler memorabilia? Like that.
Yeah. It's like Franz Liebken from the Producers. Remember Franz Liebken?
Yeah.
What is his baby? The Führer had no baby. What is
my mother grew up in Nazi-occupied Austria, and she would not let me watch Hogan's Heroes. She was like,
God, that's cruel.
She was like, no, you're not what? That's not funny. You're not funny that, Colonel Klink and whatever.
So she wasn't down with the Producers either.
I guess not. No, I don't know if she saw that.
I see nothing. I know nothing.
And I was like, Mom, it's just a joke. And she's like, I don't know. Like I lived with that, and it wasn't funny.
Well, I'm going to put down on that post as soon as I can. They'll see it. I'll say, evidently they forgot that I'm the son of a Kindertransport survivor, that my grandmother and grandfather died at Auschwitz, and my other grandfather died at the Camp de Geur on his way there. And I'll go through this whole ramrod thing about how much I hate Facebook and that they don't have, not only do they have no community standards, they don't have any community intelligence. And then I'm going to follow it with a live video of Springtime for Hitler in Germany and do that and see if they ban me again for this.
Like, do you think on Facebook you could actually post that and not end up in jail?
Springtime
for Hitler.
What's funny is you think when you talk about it, you think it's like a human, that there's like somebody in a room that's going, oh, that guy's Steve, we got to watch it. It's like
it's
some
an algorithm.
It's some AI. They go, oh,
it's
Nazi.
Yeah.
He made an angry emoji at Ed Train, and he's calling him a Nazi. Let's get him,
Yeah.
No, but it was really the word Nazi, though, wasn't that it, Steve? It was like the word itself. Because guilty doesn't mean shit,
The word which you guys have now said like 30 times.
Gen TV is now off the air forever.
Just suddenly disappear.
Thank you, Will.
I said, Proud Boys. I said, Bundes, whatever.
Right. I mean, it's like, what else could you say that would, get us into trouble?
I've been in Facebook jail 2 times. The first time I posted the British cover for Hendrix's Electric Ladyland, which had the topless girls on it. And I was informed that only male nipples are allowed, not female nipples.
No.
Did you tell them?
The male nipple rule.
Did you remind them that you photoshopped male nipples on those girls?
I should have. That's good. I should have. And the second time, I was railing against some Trump supporter, and he got the election date wrong. He's like, well, we'll see who's going to be happy on whatever it was, November 3rd. And he got it wrong. And I was like, yes, please, I encourage you and all of your people to go vote on November 3rd, which is like the day after election day. And I got arrested for for voter fraud. And
you're contaminating the democratic process.
I did, man. I did. Yeah.
That stuff belongs on Twitter, where you can really
yes,
see what
that's right. Where it costs, where we can burn up $40 billion for no reason. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, frankly, if you go on Twitter, Nazi, you're aces with us. Go, man, go.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So that's what happened to your angry emoji. You disappeared, and your explanation disappeared. I'm like, oh, Steve obviously didn't want to say the word Nazi, so he jumped off there. No, he is in Facebook jail.
I guess they don't have an emoji for Nazis.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Be funny as hell in next month's Bund meeting. You know that it's like
highly inappropriate.
My God. Well, that explains it.
Yeah. I'm worried about Ray.
Simonelli.
He hasn't said anything in
Ray Simonelli. First of all, tell us what's new with you, and then play us a song. What's going on?
That'll do it.
What are you doing, Ray?
Well, not too much new. I mean, Ed, we hung out last weekend. We had a wonderful event.
Tell everybody about that
event last week. That's what's new.
I ran the sound, and Ray Simonelli ran everything else. Tell us what happened. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh my God! Well, it was actually well, first of all, my band Billy and the Schumann. We've been doing this event every year for AJ's charity, Building Hope Foundation, for the past several years. But this year, AJ had an idea. He comes to me, he says, Ray, I want to kick things up a notch. We're going to have the Schumann during dinner like usual. He said, but I want to put together like a little super group of local musicians. And he ran down the list of names, and he goes, but we're going to have 4 different female singers. We're going to have Paula Gallo. We're going to have Dale Allen. We're going to have Shelley. We're going to have Kristen Cook. I'm amazing. He goes, oh, good. He goes, but by the way, I'm putting you in charge of the whole thing. You got to be a manager.
You got to organize it.
It was kind of challenging because I did like a lot of work behind the scenes. But God, thankfully, and Ed can tell you, he was there. It all came together. Everybody did a stellar performance, as did Ed. I mean, Ed was like on top of the sound, the lighting. Ed usually plays. He didn't play. He had too much to do. So it's like it was just like an amazing evening. Probably one of
all
the
I
best
know
trips
is I
ever.
saw all these pictures of these gorgeous women all decked out. That's the only thing I saw.
Yeah, they were dressed up.
Right. So in this example,
it's a black tie optional event. So if you're a guy, if you weren't wearing a tuxedo, you had to wear a tie. That's the bottom line.
The girls dressed up, man. They were looking good.
They were looking good. The girls were looking good,
With men's nipples, right?
Yeah, I was going to say nipples. When I worked at Sports Illustrated, one of the things I had to market was the Sports Illustrated swimsuit calendar.
You know what it is. It's like think about girls getting dressed to go out for New Year's Eve.
Okay. That's a start. Now,
hold on. I'm still thinking about it.
I live alone. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah.
Getting undressed at 12:30. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, at Sports Illustrated, what they would do is they'd do the shoot, they'd do the magazine, and then they'd send us the photographs. And none of us had ever done this before. And the photographs are actually much more graphic
for the girls, just
than what is in the magazine.
When did you work at Sports Illustrated? In New York?
When? In New York. Yeah, this was.
That's awesome. My old man worked for Sports Illustrated. It was a great company. Time Inc. was a great.
That was when company. It was. Yeah, that was when it was.
They were a client of mine. They were cool.
But we had all these.
My father worked for SI. He died in 1982. My mother died in 2016, and she was still on the health care plan from Time Inc.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, their benefits back
company,
then were,
you know.
Yeah, they were great. But we had all these photographs, and we had to create the calendar, and no one could decide: do we airbrush out the nipples, or do we leave them in? Because the calendar is usually supposed to be a little racy. So this decision went all over the executive branch.
The white male executive floor.
We need to have a look
went
at
over
the
the
nipple.
executive branch. Let me take another look at that.
That was literally what it was like. It was like, I'm sorry, I need one more look to make my decision.
Before I make a decision, I don't want to make a snap judgment. Let me take another look at that.
And I'm just, and I'm the peon who's going I gotta get this thing printed. Would you make up your mind? Why don't you make up your mind? No, I'm not doing that. I'm married. But,
oh my God! So Ray Simonelli, are you even there? You look frozen.
Yeah. Oh, we did. Yeah.
Frozen.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
A frozen Ray drinking game.
Everybody take a drink when Ray freezes. Oh my God! Well, if you can hear us, Ray. Oh, he's moving a little.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not there. Nick Carter, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you? Good to see you guys.
So you did. I thought you forgot us when you got famous. Your record comes out, and you're like,
yeah, Nick Carter is famous. Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Nice stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
So what's been happening with the record? Tell us about your latest news.
It's charted. It's made the folk radio DJ charts.
Excellent.
It's not in the number one slot. I guess they post about 50 and this album clocked in around 21.
That's excellent.
How long in October? I don't know what it's doing in November yet because I haven't gotten the reports. But here's one very good thing. I will share this with you. The title track is, of course, called Fountain Pen. And apparently, as I'm getting to know the folk radio landscape, there's a woman in Chicago named Marilyn Ray Beyer, who is apparently highly regarded, like really highly respected. It doesn't mean you have to know her name, but in that small pond of network.
Right.
And she wrote back this song. I love it. You had me at Fountain Pen. It's a gem, and you can quote me. So I thought, all right. So progress. But
Nick, that's
I don't.
fantastic.
I'm not going to make much more out of it than that. I'm glad to be alive. Glad I'm doing what I'm doing is legal, right?
That's right.
At least most of the time.
Like that,
But no. I appreciate the curiosity.
Congratulations.
I want you to do a song. I want you to do a song for the record, but I noticed Ray Simonelli started moving again.
Ray, and I want to hear Ray and Bill before.
Ray,
I want to hear Will.
You froze up solid, Ray Simonelli. Play us a song, Ray Simonelli, before you freeze up solid and we all start drinking.
That was a hard freeze. Oh my God!
I didn't
take a drink. Take a drink. Oh no!
How's the guitar though?
I can hear you, so give it a shot.
We can hear you. Yeah. Guitar sounds beautiful.
All right, man. It's December 8th, and as we all know, we lost John Lennon on the stage, so I have to do my annual tribute to him. His most iconic song.
Fair enough.
Imagine this, no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Imagine this, no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion to. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
You know, when
Thank you.
that happened, it's also the birthday of one of my best friends who passed away like 2 years ago, who was my first and arguably best partner in advertising. In those days, you know, I was an art director, he was a copywriter. Later on, we morphed into other things, but he, you know, we go out for his birthday, and it's a typical New York carousing kind of thing. We put the two secretaries that are part of the early part of the evening on the bus back to Jersey, like at some point, and then we go to this bar. I think it was called Jose Sent Me. It was a Mexican bar, sort of on the Upper West Side, and you know, we're winding down. He lived in Woodside, Queens, so he was going to have to take a train. I lived on 80th in Columbus, so I was going to walk uptown, you know. And we get into the bar, we order our last two things, and Roger Grimsby, if you know Roger Grimsby from ABC News, comes on the thing, and at 11 o'clock, he announces that Lennon has been killed, you know, and it just, you know, I mean, it was a, you know, it brought everything down, but I walked home past the Dakota, you know, like that wasn't so unusual. I lived on 80th, and you know, I was basically 8 blocks north of.
Was it mobbed?
Dakota. It was not yet mobbed. You know, there was activity there. You know, the next day, obviously, it was, you know, what they now call Strawberry Fields. That was mobbed.
Right. Yeah.
But just the whole, you know, just, you know, like the time I went to like Dallas and saw Dealey Plaza and all this. You know, it's just, you know, it's such a mundane thing, and then it becomes like this humongous freaking, you know, historical event. And Roger Grimsby hit me.
Wow. What year was that? Was that 1980?
80.
Yes.
I think it was. And you know, it was, if you were watching Monday Night Football that night,
1980,
Howard Cosell did the thing. I was not. I was in the bag. So it was, you know.
And I heard about it from News Radio 880 on AM radio. And it was about 10:36 or something. I remember this vividly. The announcer came on and said, there's been a shooting at the Dakota building, and it's reported that John Lennon may have been involved. And then 10 minutes later, it was, there is a shooting, and it is confirmed that John Lennon was involved. We don't know his condition. And by the time CBS hit the top of the hour for the network news, they were announcing that he died. And I just could not fucking believe it. Literally, I went from breaking news to he's dead in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my wife was sleeping. My new wife, we just got married 6 months before. I'm like, do I wake her? And
Right.
like, you know what? Let her sleep. There's nothing. She's going to be upset. And I let her sleep.
You know what I took away from both of those stories is that I was in high school and you guys are fucking old.
Yes.
True.
Right.
23, man. 23.
What I think about that is that you're in high school, and I actually lived through some amazing events. And
I was 20.
And I actually was at that Elton John concert in '74 where Lennon came out and played with them, which was his last live public performance.
Right.
Wow. You know what's
I was
creepy
26.
about that night is the photograph that has him in the you know, like earlier that day, I guess.
Yes.
Maybe before.
Someone just posted it today. Yeah.
You know, how creepy is that?
Yeah, it was like 5 p.m. or something. Yeah.
I think
there's a Todd Rundgren element to this thing too, because I'm a huge Rundgren fan, and he was a fan. You know, like what's his name, Gilmore or whatever the fuck his name is. You know, Chapman. You know, you know, he had some Todd Rundgren like component to this, where I was just like, fucking douche.
I think they ought to take Mark David Chapman out of prison every December and make the little bastard swim the East River naked.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, with one hand tied behind his back, the little bastard.
That's a better idea.
Is he still living, that guy? He's in prison.
Yeah.
He's still in jail.
He applied for parole about 2 or 3 years ago.
Everybody's going to hate me, but obviously the guy was mentally ill, like seriously mentally ill.
Yeah.
Clearly.
His lawyer forgot to mention that.
He had no fucking judgment. He thought he had just read Catcher in the Rye, and he thought he was Holden Caulfield preventing all these kids from falling in love with Lennon, because he found out Lennon was like a multimillionaire and living in the Hamptons, and this crushed us. There was an Esquire article. It's some sick shit, but there's nothing good about this.
Yeah.
The Holden Caulfield thing, though, it rings very hard.
Randy, that picture that you have of Lennon, you Smith, that's
in
from
my basement.
Madison
That's it,
Square
Ray.
Garden
That's that show.
John, right?
That's the show I was at. Yeah.
So Holden Caulfield, right?
That's
my
that
mother was friends with Jerry
I saw
Salinger.
Elton John
J.D.
on the Howard
Salinger.
Stern show, and he
Was
said
that right?
that
Her
out of
maiden
all
name
of the
is
times
Caulfield.
he played at Madison Square Garden, that was the biggest applause they ever got. When
I was at
walked
that
out on
show,
stage, that
and Elton John said it was the highlight of his professional career.
And Elton played there a lot.
Yeah. Elton says the highlight of his professional career.
Well, because
Bill, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Out in so long.
No, it doesn't matter.
It does.
Well, I mean, just Holden Caulfield is just funny because my mother was friends with J.D. Salinger.
Shit!
Oh,
really?
no shit! Really?
She knew him from he was at
Wow.
Valley Forge Military Academy with this Armenian guy who ended up marrying this friend of my mother's. She lived at that time in Scarsdale, I think, or something like that. And there are pictures of Jerry Salinger, as she called him, like in the thing.
Oh shit!
And her maiden name is Dorothy Caulfield. And
wow!
I am in possession of 7 or 8 letters from J.D. Salinger to my mother, and they were extremely cordial. They were, most of the stuff. I actually took them to Christie's at one point.
I was going to say they're rare as fuck because he was such a recluse.
Well, the thing about him is that you'll find many things that are academic. You'll find, I'm an English major, Mr. Salinger, and he corresponds with somebody like that. But this was anecdotal. This was sort of like, how's your kids and what are your kids doing?
Oh, wow.
And the funny thing, these letters are funny because J.D. Salinger, he typed everything. So he would send my mother like postcards, but he typed them and then would sign them. He was a proponent of kale. I mean kale, the greenery. He was a proponent. He was talking to my mother about kale.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
That's great.
There's an early thinker.
So I have these things which, my mom's gone. I'm the only person alive in my family now, and I just want. I will at some point find the right home for them. And
hold on, was Christie's excited about these letters?
The guy who I met with was a moron, and he didn't really understand because, frankly,
you mean as in Animal House, a moron?
Because he didn't really understand that. Hello, have you read any books about Salinger? Everyone just sort of spitballs what they think Holden Caulfield comes from. It's William Holden and John Caulfield. It's that. The Holden is a guy that was a friend of his named Holden Belden. The Caulfield is my fucking mother. It's
is
her
it really?
family anyway. And he has one of the letters says I don't know what possessed me to appropriate that name for the it's like.
Hold on. He documented that was.
It's like unlocking the mystery of the Sphinx, and this fucking idiot was like.
No, Bill, this is actually significant. He documented that he got that name from your mom.
He absolutely did.
Wow! Holy shit!
Pretty cool.
I think you should track down Antiques Roadshow, Bill.
Like, there isn't one teacher I didn't tell this story to, not one.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd track that down. I'd take another pass at Christie's when you find somebody a little bit more erudite, or go find the next local, within a few hours radius of where you are, of Antiques Roadshow. They would pay attention to it.
He's right.
There's a lot of places that have a lot of Salinger stuff. University of Texas, for some reason, does. New York Public Library does. But a lot of the stuff is facsimile. A lot of the stuff is not.
But to document that it was to your mom, whose name was Caulfield, and that's the character's name. Nick's right. This is somebody missed
You can read a million books about Caulfield, and they don't have that thing. And I would think that that's somewhat significant. You know, why
That
did
gives
you call
me
him Ahab?
chills.
You know, because it's in the fucking Bible, you moron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That gives me chills. So
That's incredible. Go to Sotheby's, sell it, get some money, and buy some guitars for crying out
You
loud.
never know, man. It's like I found out. You know,
Great story.
the girl I play with or sings with my band, Linda Kutras. Everybody knows Linda, right?
Sure.
Guess who I just found out. Guess who her great grandfather was? Her great uncle, Segovia. Like
No
what?
shit.
Like what?
Segovia.
Yeah, that was my great uncle, Andre Segovia. I'm like, okay.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Funny thing with Segovia, like he had like the smallest, kind of pudgiest hands. Like his hands were weird.
What are you implying?
They were hand rubbed. All of the.
My
Very
God.
good.
Bill Nolan, sing us one more song. You got gypped earlier. Come on. Like,
No, I was.
Ray got you.
I was coming in late. I deserved nothing.
like one song, you know, like do one
gonna
more
do
song,
one
then we'll
song.
mix it up.
And I know it. I know you hate. I know you hate the holidays getting here too early.
No, it's
This is a
time.
holiday
It's,
song
we're
that I
ready.
really like that-
I got
that-
freaking this guy right here for crying out loud.
Dave,
Please,
Dave.
Bill.
Love you.
Please. I love you
Dave.
too. I love you too. And I do have a special gift for you.
Oh, thank
Uh-oh.
you, Santa. Yeah.
Santa's got a special gift if you sit in his lap, that kind of thing. Okay.
That's right.
All right.
My
Here we
mom
go.
made a special gift for you.
That's what we call a special gift, all right.
Okay, over to
This
Bill.
is, you know, I play a lot of Christmas stuff, and this is a song that this is as close. Most of the stuff I do is secular because I'm just not interested in the rest of that stuff. But this has got a little bit of that, the mythology of whatever the hell Christmas is. You know. As I walked down the road at set of sun, the lambs were coming homeward one by one. I heard a sheep bell softly calling them along the little road to Bethlehem. Beside an open door as I drew nigh, I heard sweet Mary sing a lullaby. Sang about the twelfth close of day and rocked her little boy amongst the hay. Across the air the silver sheep bell rang. The lambs are coming homeward, Mary sang. You star of gold is shining in the sky. Little boy, go lullaby. As I walk down the road at sit of sun, the lamb were coming homeward one by one. I heard a sheep bell softly calling them along the little road of Bethlehem. Along the little road of Bethlehem. Thank you.
Very sweet. Very sweet.
Thank you.
I ran out to my bedroom to try to get something in time before Bill finished, but I was hoping there was one more verse. But my Bing
You can play a
Crosby
Dylan song if you want to like run around the house.
Your Bing Crosby sweater.
Jesus, what the hell's going on there, Will? What the fuck is going on there, man?
I don't know.
I'm gonna smoke a
Jack the Sweater, I
pipe
must say.
next. Yeah. So welcome to Christmas.
You know, I was actually the most significantly awesome thing that happened to me this week may not have been going to Sweden. It might have just have been getting the call on Wednesday night that my jury duty was dismissed.
Oh yeah. Oh
Before I
yeah.
had to serve like today.
It's the best. I shamelessly pulled the cripple card that said I'm disabled. I can't do it.
Really? You can get away with that?
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
By the way, speaking of this, whatever happened to Billy Foster on these things? He was the only
Yeah,
other
he
guy
just-
who would smoke weed on this shit.
He evaporated. What happened?
He
to him?
evaporated. He has not been around very much. So.
Yeah. Very strange. I always get out of jury's duty by saying, "Well, I'm a former EMT. I have a number of members of close friends in law enforcement. And I had to testify in quite a few trials similar to this."
That's a good one.
Well, I mean,
like,
is
you can go.
any of that true? Is any of that true?
So it's all true. Yeah, it's all true. That's the fortunate thing.
I'm getting ready to be on a jury of like a major trial that's going to last a long time, and I'm sitting in there, and they go, "Okay, we want to read off the names of the partners at the law firm for the defense and the whatever, right?"
They do that, yeah.
And so they read off the names of the partners, and my ex-girlfriend was one of the lawyers. So I raised my hand, right? And they're like, "Yeah, what do you want?" Right? And I'm like, "Well, I know one of the lawyers on that you've named." And they're like, "Who?" And I'm like, "I'd rather not say." And they're like, "Yeah, right." And then the judge is like, "Look, you need to say how you know the person." I'm like, "Well, I slept with one of the lawyers."
I slept with her.
And they're like, "All right, you're dismissed. You're dismissed."
I've done 3 juries. I've actually done it 3 times.
Wow.
And one of them, it's just weird when you go to this thing. The thing that I take away from it the most is like the burden, of benefit, doubt. Like that's the big thing that to me that you take from this. That there's a reason why that's out there, because otherwise people just get screwed by people because jurors, none of this shit is like it is in movies or anything else. Lawyers are extremely disappointing as orators, or as like, I'm from fucking advertising. I could smoke these guys just like, you want to fog a room? I'll fog a friggin' room. But it's like, these guys are so disappointing because they're not like, they just don't have anything going. But I went through this one, my first jury was like, I just couldn't believe it was there. It was this stupid, purse snatching thing that never really happened and was on the subway, and it was just the whole thing was you're just sitting there going like, the taxpayer dollars are going for this. It's just why? And when you go into the deliberation at the beginning, it starts with like 9-3, the guy's guilty, and I'm like, there's no fucking evidence on this thing. And then it turned into 12 Angry Men, and I was fucking Henry Fonda, and then I was fucking working these people like crazy. And the next photo was like 9-3, he's innocent, and then those other 3 people wouldn't move. They wouldn't go. They couldn't articulate why they felt what they felt. They just had a feeling, like they had a feeling. And that's what jurors can't do. You can't do that. Yeah, and we ended up getting hung, and not in a good way. It was like, it was just sort of.
But on a serious note, you just highlighted why 12 Angry Men is such a great movie.
Yeah, that's true.
And we got sequestered. I spent the night in the Milford Plaza in Times Square with some guy I didn't even freaking know.
And in the center of it all is Milford
Plaza. Wait a minute, didn't the Invitables just play that song? Wasn't that
right?
Yeah.
No, but
with all the hookers you could find
at the TV. You can't do any of that. And then in the morning, you're back down in Center Street, and you're in this place where they have like a buffet breakfast, and it's like 6 tables of 12 people. It's all jurors, but it was all you can eat. And you give me all you can eat bacon and eggs, Ed. Bacon and eggs. Hello. Does that resonate with you at all?
Absolutely.
Ed is the bacon.
Speaking of bacon and eggs.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure bacon and eggs is my thing, Ed. I think it's the big prime rib. That's my.
I want to go to that place and like bring back pictures, that I can show. Like Will Baird's slideshow. Instead of singing or instead of performing, Will's going to show us slides.
I want to bring like the best bottle of Cabernet out of my wine.
Kind of like this.
Prime rib lovers, it's time to open wide. Really, really wide. Because you've never seen a side of beef, slow roasted, juicy, tender, perfectly marbled beef like the one they serve up in insane proportions at Bernie's Dining Depot in...
Jesus
Thanks for that, Ed.
Christ, I haven't had dinner yet. Why did you show me that?
I can't watch that video. That's like,
yeah, exactly. It's like, God, now I'm
That's
hungry.
too big. That's too big a piece of beef.
I had that one, the
Yeah,
conductor's cut. It was like that big. It was like crazy.
Oh my God, the conductor's cut.
I had awesome in
cheaper than bacon and eggs now, right?
Yeah.
That steak is cheaper than bacon and eggs are now.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
And the instructions to open wide are particularly disturbing.
Apparently, you've never been to Chicopee on a Saturday night.
Chicopee, yeah, Chicopee.
That's
I gotta go there.
Weird place to be on a Saturday night.
Maybe that's where I'm going for Christmas dinner. I don't know. I'll go to
Chicopee, yeah. It's good when you're single. You can go anywhere you want. Yeah.
There it is. So, hey, Nick Carter, you want to sing a song from your record?
Yeah, why not?
Come on, do it.
We'll get. We'll do track one. Guitar is my guitar is my compass.
All right, cool.
Ooh, bear with me, guys. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. Sorry about that. Capos, they can be helpful, but not all the time. Let's try this now.
A little delay of game here, Nick.
Right, David, right. Here we go. There we go. Here we go. Winter 78. Finally quit the band for a job back home with family. I did not see the trouble coming down as my guitar became a stranger to me. Fresh out of school, steady paycheck in hand, my pockets full of cash. Had an office in the field, helping farmers work the land. Had 3 good years before the crash. Then the market broke the farms, and the banks came calling for the keys. I closed up shop, and I watched those bridges burn. My hometown wasn't home to me. The right road don't always lead you home, and the wrong ones are paved with alibis. But if my guitar is my compass when I go, I'll find my road, and my songs will be the stars I'm guided by. Went to work on Wall Street, found no peace of mind, started playing downtown bars. Finally broke away, left the suits behind and traded stocks for tips in a jar. The right road don't always lead you home, and the wrong ones are paved with alibis. But if my guitar is my compass when I go, I'll find my road, and my songs will be the stars I'm guided by. Here we go now. On the corner now you'll find me in Soho, and I'm playing like I'm paying off the debt. My guitar case catching quarters for a solo, but it's better than a promise never kept. Oh, it's better than a promise never kept. The right road don't always lead you home, and the wrong ones are paved with alibis. But if my guitar is my compass when I go, I'll find my road. Indeed I will. Right roads don't always lead you home, and the wrong ones are paved with alibis. But if my guitar is my compass when I go, I'll find my home. And my songs will be the stars I'm guided by. Oh, my song will be the stars I'm guided by. Now come, my friend, help me find my road. And now, won't you help me find my home? And be my compass when I go. Take it out now. Why, thank you.
Very nice.
Appreciate it.
Excellent. Great song. So how's it?
Yeah.
It's being well received, the record? And
It has been. It's been nicely received. There's not a lot of people buying the thing. They're subscribing, I guess, through the the streaming services, right?
Right.
I do have I have ample inventory of physical CDs, which is kind of laughable.
I want one. I'll buy one.
All right.
I tell my students, I said, when I was young, we used to listen to music on the radio.
Well, of course.
And they're like, the radio. and then I'm like, and then you had a collection. You actually owned music. I said, do you guys own music? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, you don't own any physical music? And they're like, what do you mean physical music? They're like, don't even know the concept of owning music,
Okay, so there's my email in the chat. If you would like, seriously now, if you would like a physical CD, shoot me a note, give me your mailing address. I would be happy to send one to you.
Santa, go to his house on Christmas Eve.
If you want, I don't even know if this will telegraph. If you'd rather just stream it.
Oh, there you go.
Here's what I'll do. I'll enclose a card. You send me your there you go. Take that picture.
Is it going to work?
So if you scan that,
hold on, I gotta see if it's gonna work. I don't know. Is it gonna work? Let's see. Hold on.
Yeah, let's see.
I don't know. It's not working.
Does it work?
No. Nick, hold it just a little bit to your right.
Yeah,
just a little bit. Yeah, right there. Yeah. So it's right in the center.
I'm gonna try to get it. I don't know. Yeah. No, it's not.
No, it won't. No.
Oh my God! Wait, it worked. It almost worked.
I got it.
Hold on.
I got it.
Work.
Don't breathe.
So Randy got it. Huh?
No, I can't get it.
Amazing.
The magic of Jam TV ruins the magic of QR codes.
I know. If you want one, but dude, shoot me an email.
Yeah.
I'd be delighted to send you a CD.
Next you're going to tell me there's no Santa Claus. Fuck.
Ooh, right here. He's right there.
I know. That's what I mean.
We have proof. Yep. There's proof in the room. Yeah.
Randy.
I said next you're going to...
Hey, Ray Simonelli, do one more song. Come on.
Yes,
Ray. I know you got to go. I know you got somewhere you got to be.
Well, there's no jams anymore.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Ray Simonelli?
Oh, no, you can't.
No,
I can hear you.
Oh, there it is. Play another song. Play one more song, Ray Simonelli.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bring it down
I can
105.
hear you.
You're driving way too high.
Play another song. Play it. That looks wrong.
Can you hear my guitar?
Yeah.
Is it gently weeping? That's what it sounds like.
Here we go.
This looks wrong. I'm like, play another song, Ray. No, I meant, I don't know. Look right.
Something strange about that.
Go for it.
I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it good? A Norwegian wood. She told me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I bided my time, drinking her wine, thinking that time. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. She told me to work in the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled up to sleep in the bed. And when I awoke, I was alone. This bird had flown. So I lit a fire. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. That was the short version.
Very nice.
Well done, Ray.
Nice, Ray.
It was almost the a cappella version because we couldn't really hear your guitar too well.
Yeah, the guitar disappeared. Yeah, it disapred.
It was like the a cappella.
Ed, as it turns out, that was the perfect intro for the wood song.
Norwegian wood, yeah. I was like, hey, I thought he couldn't hear me. I was like, play a song. Play a song. It's like, what the hell? I was strumming a ukulele. That's all that was. I now own 2 ukuleles. One of these days, I'm going to play one on the air.
Congratulations.
Ed, don't you have controls on your level? Can't you jack up the sound? Ed, can't you jack up?
Don't say jack up, all right?
Welcome to Facebook Jam.
Yeah, exactly.
Hitler, Nazi.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Facebook Jam, right?
But unfortunately, that is the downside of this software. Is it doesn't give Ed. You don't have any control over volume.
No, it's the upside. Can you imagine what kind of machine I would need to control audio for everybody? Like, oh my God!
And would you want to have control?
Oh my God! Eventually, I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff with artificial intelligence in the last month or so, and eventually, it's gonna watch the show and automatically adjust everything. We're a minute away from that, but not tonight. Will Baird, you want to do a song?
Sure, I'll do soon.
Come on.
Yeah.
And we're all discombobulated. Like, it's not a music show as much as a chat show tonight. It's cold out. It's
true.
We're
random. We're in random mode. So this is going to be for Mario. It's for Mario in the microphone. It's Have a Little Faith in Me.
All right.
Nice. There you go.
Very nice. Very, very
Beautiful.
nice.
I feel like John
Beautiful, Will.
Hyatt,
That's nice.
John Hyatt doesn't get
Mario.
enough
Pleasure.
credit for being as great as he is.
Mhm.
John Hyatt is a really good songwriter.
He is
John Hyatt's
amazing.
great.
He's great in great songwriter, great performer, great musician.
Real
He's
good
got it all.
vocalist.
Yeah, he's got it all.
He's excellent.
Hey, since Ray left his screen, can I drink because he left his screen?
That counts. That counts.
And by the way, can we comment on the shameless Jam TV promotion?
Exactly. The shameless Jam TV promotion. Yeah, exactly. How about this? A Telecaster ukulele.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Cute. Oh, look at this baby.
Love it.
It's cute.
Oh my God.
It's a
Very
Telecaster.
nice.
You know, I have a Fender Precision about that size. It's a mini Precision.
Really?
Yeah.
Good shit.
And
Yeah.
Don't see
it
those
is
every
it is
day.
the most it's the hardest thing to tune. Like if a fly lands on the tuning pegs, it goes out of
It's
tune.
like, oh
Right. So wait, you have a bass ukulele?
No,
bass?
it's a Precision.
The bass.
I mean, this. I have bad metaphors. It's like, remember in the picture we all saw of the little baby with like the 10-incher. You know, it's got this.
I'm sorry.
This normal Fender body with a neck like this. It's the well, all right.
The
That's
whole
weird.
show's going blank in a minute, so you may as well get it out.
I think Dave got my reference there.
Oh my God.
I think Santa got my reference.
Nazi Hitler.
What's with all the Hitler memorabilia, Steve?
Oh my.
Don't bring me into your sordid world, Randy.
my evil bass world. Can we talk about strings? No.
Exactly. What kind of strings do I have on my Fender Telecaster ukulele?
The same kind of
Ukulele
acrylic
strings.
that's used for your keys. Yes.
Exactly. Oh my God. So what's going on, Lindsay? What's happening in your world?
I just finished all my Christmas cards tonight. It's
Oh.
like a freaking
Oh,
I'm jealous.
Christmas miracle.
Very good.
Are those like analog emails? Like what are those? Like,
I didn't. Yeah, I haven't seen any of those.
do
Yeah,
you do physical cards still?
Cards,
Oh,
physical
wow.
cards.
That's
Yeah.
very nice.
I was in a friend's house and I was like,
Oh, Rudolph.
I was in a
good.
friend's house last night. And my friend had like
Oh.
24 cards, and I have one. I felt like I am really unpopular. I mean, it's like,
Well,
nobody knows me anymore.
I always put this off, and I'm like, do I want to do a Christmas card this year? Because I'm never in the mood for Christmas.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, Dave.
Hey,
Right up
hey.
against
Oh.
it's
deadline.
tough to. Yeah.
No,
You
it's
gotta
okay.
get-
I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just explaining
Oh.
the situation.
You
No,
have
you're
to
not
see a
getting sympathy,
kid's.
You're getting a lot of judgment, but no sympathy.
That's-
You have to see a kid's.
But yeah, somehow I got those done early this year, so they're going out in the mail tomorrow. I'm excited about that. Get that off the checklist. I
Yes.
got a gig on Thursday.
Oh yeah, Grateful Dead stuff.
There you go.
Connecticut Grateful Dead All Stars, Palace Theater in Stanford.
When you
Should be
guys
good.
play, do you
Nice.
play for like 10 hours the way they did?
You know,
Or do you-
we don't.
no.
I am all for that, but but we don't. No.
Oh, That's probably a good idea at our age not to do that. Yeah. Might
I
not
got to
be-
tell you,
yeah.
I'm looking for a new instrument because I have a leaf blower that's a handheld leaf blower, and I blew all of my leaves this year, right? And it fucked up my shoulder.
Ooh.
So I needed
so you
to kind
can't-
of like learn some new songs, and I'm
Yeah,
practicing, right? And I can't even like put my arm out. I'm like, yeah,
Uh-oh.
I don't think I'm going to be able to play the drums for another 15, 20 years.
Def
I
Leppard.
need a new
That's
instrument.
not good.
Def Leppard.
Like
That's
one
not
of, you,
good.
Oh my
like
God.
one of you guitar players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think you need to learn to play like the lute or like, the recorder or something like totally unlike anything you're known for.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, the guys that I played golf with for a long time, Mike Muckridge was one of them. They were my brother-in-law, the musicians or whatever. And it got to the point where on the first tee, we described it as the litany of injuries. So on the first tee, you had to like come clean with everything that physically was bothering you at that time, you know, so that you wouldn't bring it up later on like the 15th hole, where you're like, which is why I suck.
I love that. Let's get it all out now, fellas. Let's get it all out.
You know, it's like we could actually start Jam TV with like, what's your malady today? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I got a few.
Dough fungus. Yeah.
So this is what you need, right? This is called drum jam, right?
Okay.
I don't know. I tried to get it through a speaker. Let's see. Hold on. So I got to
You
turn
can
my
barely hear it.
Bose speaker
You can
up.
just barely hear it.
Hold on. I'm going to put
So
my...
we don't have to hire Dave Lindsay anymore? What the
check
hell?
this out. No, Dave will sit in the
You've
corner
been
with his
replaced
phone,
by an iPhone.
and he'll do this. I don't know if you can hear this. Listen.
Yeah, my finger hurts already. Thanks.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what you got to do.
Sounds vaguely like Steve Wexler, like vaguely.
Exactly. Yeah, you can be Steve Wexler in an app. You know?
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's it. That's it on this end. Everything's good. Can't complain.
Good.
Hoping the weather's not going to get too cold, so I don't have to pay like $6.50 a gallon for oil.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So where I live, my community has electric is included in your community dues.
Oh man!
So like I can run the AC all summer and I can run the heat all winter, included in my $250 a month dues. So
I
don't have to
spread out over everyone.
Yeah, someone's going to
That's
figure out how to
legal.
change that shit on you.
Can you believe that?
Essentially, are your dues, is that $250 dues? That's essentially your rent / mortgage, like whatever.
It's taxes for the land, right? It's
Right.
It's
like
the road
association,
maintenance. Like
yeah,
so out
fees.
here, your community, you have these gated communities that it doesn't mean fancy. Like if you have a gated community in Connecticut, it's like, oh my God, right? But it's like a gated community. It's all dirt roads. There's a swimming pool, and so there's the homeowners association covers a tremendous amount of stuff, and these are like vacation places. Traditionally, people, I'd say, of the 2,000 places in here, maybe 100 stay up here in the winter.
Yep.
And most people just, they shut their place down. It's like what Candlewood Lake was back in the olden days.
You know what, Ed, you've done a lot of Segway rides through your neighborhood, and I've watched them, and it looks actually very nice.
It's
It
very
does
nice.
look
Cool.
Yeah, but it's like summer camp. There's a lake and there's a beach and a pool and a mini golf and that sort of thing. But because of it's like built from that like 1950s mentality of like you come out from the city to have your little place in the country. The electric, they don't have meters for all the property, so they just go use as much as you want. We'll charge everybody, and it comes out in the wash. So.
Wow.
My power bill doesn't exist. I don't even have a power bill.
So the other tenants who aren't year-round people, they're paid the $250 a month, even if they're not there, right?
Right. It's for the pool.
Cool.
Like it's worth it if it's just for the pool and the beach and the roads and the water or whatever.
I dig
like
socialism.
It's socialism out here in the woods.
It came from Sweden. It's like fucking awesome.
And we are truly in the middle of the Pennsylvania game lands, and Pennsylvania is gigantic, right? It's like 100 times the size of Connecticut, or I don't even know. Like it's huge, and so for miles in every direction is just deer and bear and turkeys, and it's all woods.
Nice.
So anyway.
Well, it's funny that you say that you don't have an electric bill because so I have a hot water in my system, right? And my boiler heats my hot water too.
Right.
But so I can't even turn it off even if I had electric heat, which I don't, right?
Right.
But don't tell anybody of this now, guys.
Don't worry, nobody watches the show.
Ouch.
Santa's listening. You're going to end up on the naughty list here, I can tell.
Yeah, that's right. Santa, already you can see the signs.
Yeah, somehow Eversource screwed up, and they haven't sent me a bill in a year and a half.
Oh God!
Wow.
So either you're going to get nothing, or you're going to get like a bill for a year and a half.
I think eventually they're going to figure it out. And
Well, here's what you can do. If you don't get that bill, you can use the coal that's going to be in your stocking this Christmas to heat your house.
There you go.
You go.
This is very true.
Ed, it's now the time when I tell Dave that one of the drummers I play with runs an Eversource crew. Literally, he runs a crew, a line crew out there.
Yeah,
he's a good guy. He doesn't give a shit.
If you want to know why he's not going to get a raise this year,
it's because I'm sorry, we fell short of budget. We're not quite sure why.
I understand it.
we're going to give you guys a juicy raise, but it's not happening now.
Yeah. I'm riding that way.
Good for you. Oh yeah, shit yeah. Ride that pony. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Monopoly, like bank error in your favor.
Yeah.
You know, like that's unheard of. That one.
It's unheard of, right?
Yeah.
So you know how you can. And I don't know about Pennsylvania, but Connecticut, you can pick your supplier and your generator, right?
Right.
And what happened was I switched generators, I guess, and that was it. And I go on the website periodically to see if there's a bill for me, and it's not. It's dated. The last thing on there is dated like August 2021.
Holy moly!
Okay.
I got you.
Well, so I think you need to go buy a bunch of space heaters and shut that oil burner on low.
That's what I'm thinking. Right.
Start that burger up. Yeah.
Wow.
Ed is smiling more and more every minute, which means that the show is approaching its end. I'm guessing.
I'm good tonight.
Happier and happier.
I'm good. I don't know. Dave Gunnup might show up. I don't know who would get to come out of the woodwork. We used to do shows. Remember
about that Lost Wallet thing?
Exactly. He's like, I'm going to do the Lost Wallet song, and we're like, we heard it. For the last 6 times you've been on the show, like, no, don't do that one. You know? But it's a great story.
I desperately. Oh, you go ahead, Ed. I'm sorry.
Oh no. So anyway, you never know what's gonna. But I remember back in the olden days, it was 11:30 and we were still on, and people were banging on the door, and 10 people on the screen. Like this is the first time we've had 8 people on the show.
And you had an after show. You would shut the show down, and a bunch of us would stay on the link and anyway.
We were basically prisoners in our houses,
Right.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, we couldn't go anywhere anyway. So
there's Carl. How you doing, man?
Hey,
Carl.
Made it in time.
How are you? Yeah, just catching you at the end, I guess.
No, there's no end.
I shouldn't have said that.
Bill hasn't played enough. He's jet lagged. Did you get?
I'm not jet lagged at all.
No, you didn't get any jet lag. You go to Sweden for 3 days.
Jet lag with that kind of a thing, like the 6-hour thing. It's like one day. That's it. Like you just stay up, you gut it out, you go to bed at normal time. Next morning, you feel pretty normal.
Right.
Were you just on there, a quick vacation or business trip or touring or what?
You missed the beginning of it, but it was just these friends of ours flew us out to Sweden to attend their birthday party.
Wow, that's lovely.
It was
Very
really
cool.
nice.
Nice gift.
Never been to
like
Sweden.
I said, it would never have happened if he didn't have somebody.
But I kind of like the music.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
So, you listen to a lot of ABBA or no?
Sweden, yeah.
It's really funny. You go to Sweden, and people. We went to these parties where there was music, and we went to this dinner theater thing that was freaking hilarious because it was like the people were up there, singing and doing. It's very showy, kind of like not yacht, cruise ship kind of. It had a kind of a cruise ship vibe, And even some of the tables were integrated with the dining tables, which, at one point, this rather attractive girl is like sitting there and so you're basically looking up her dress and, it's
That's
like
Sweden.
my wife and somebody else is over there. And I'm talking to this guy next to me and go like, well, that's wasted on them, for Christ's sake. It's like, why are you at my table doing this? But what's funny is that these bands play and it's very pop, like in general, what they do. And regardless of what it kind of sounds like, the people go, oh, that's the Bruce Springsteen of Sweden. And you're just like, fucking Bruce Springsteen of Sweden? It's something in the Backstreet Boys.
Isn't that yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't think, can there be a Bruce Springsteen of Sweden? I don't think so.
Well, there can be. It's like, They
I guess so. I don't know.
shut down the herring factory, and my ball won't start. You know, like it's that kind of thing.
Herring factory.
That's funny.
Unbelievable. Bill, play a Bruce Springsteen. So play a song. Come on.
I was born in
Do some songs in between.
Okay. No one likes us, I don't know why. We might not be perfect, but heaven knows we try. All around, even our old friends put us down. Let's drop the big one and see what happens. We give them money, but are they grateful? No, they're spiteful and they're hateful. They don't respect us, so let's surprise them. Let's drop the big one and pulverize them. Asia's crowded, Europe's too old, Africa's far too hard, and Cuba's too cold. South America stole our name. Let's drop the big one, there'll be no one left to blame us. We'll save Australia. Don't wanna hate no kangaroos. We'll build an all-American amusement park there. They've got surfing too. Boom goes London, boom Paris. More room for you and more room for me. Every city, the whole world round, will be just another all-American town. Know how peaceful it will be. We'll set everybody free. You wear a Japanese kimono and Italian shoes for me. They all hate us anyhow. So let's drop the big one now. Let's drop the big one now. To my friends in Gothenburg.
Classic.
Randy Newman, right?
Randy Newman, yep.
Randy Newman, that's great. Very, very clever.
That's a great song. I love that. I needed to hear that song right about now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Funny song. He's a funny guy.
So,
hey, Carl, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm hanging in there, man. You know, I it's been a tough go for the last few months for those who
No doubt.
You know, I thought I'd call in and get a little cheer, you know, and
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard.
We got Bring Santa right here for crying out loud.
Yeah. That's great. So I'm doing all right. You know, it's great. I love catching up with everybody's musical adventures, and we're doing a new thing in like around that Sugar Hollow thing, and you know, I'm playing with Winston, of course, and I know you guys do that, and a buddy of mine from a bunch of years ago on drums, and another bass player that's pretty hip, and this guy Jake that some of you guys might know from the Sugar Hollow, not Sleepy Hollow, whatever it is.
Right.
And we're doing a lot of fun stuff. We're challenging ourselves and challenging, you know, tunes and
That's
then
the best.
some originals, and it's all cool, man. And you know, trying to make that, like, you know, keeping that a positive part of my life, you know. So
that's great.
That's
so
great.
are you a guitar addict like some other people on the show? Like
a collector type?
Like, do you have lots of guitars?
No, I don't actually.
You got your one guitar, or like?
Well, I got a couple. I got a
He's got
Fender,
12. Yeah.
I got a Gibson, and actually, you know, honestly, I took my guitar thing, just buying my kids instruments. You know.
Oh yeah.
So Nick has a bunch of basses. My son Andrew has a couple of guitars and a bass, and Ari has like 5 drum sets, you know.
Whoa.
It's cool, you know. So, you know, I wanna satisfy them. Other than that, I try to make myself be a better player rather than have another guitar.
You're a pretty good player, man.
Yeah, see, I don't do that. Like I got my ukulele, right?
Oh,
I got
yeah,
my Hawaiian looking ukulele. Then I got my Telecaster ukulele.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine. Like I'm not going to work on my playing. Like I'll just build inventory.
No,
That's a telelele.
You know what? That's pretty fucking cool.
I think that's a telelele. That's a
Are you
whole new
kidding me?
thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's fun. I am playing like what's nice about the ukulele is like I can fire up my studio and the keyboards and everything and play, but that's a whole different level of commitment. I can sit on the sofa, which is back behind my screen here, and I can watch TV and I can pick up the ukulele, and when the commercial comes on, I can play along with the commercial a little bit,
so
maybe
small.
if it's in the right key, And I'm discovering I'm the reason I took it up was that I had an adult student who said, "Can you teach me the ukulele?" I'm like, "Of course I can. I can teach anything." And so she had the ukulele, and I'm like, okay, let's go and look up some chords. Like, and what's nice about the ukulele, like you could play a chord with one finger, like a C or an A minor is one finger, and there are chords with two fingers. It's like really simple. And so like even because I've tried guitar and like I don't even know how you guys do that stuff. But and then like for the next lesson I was like I better buy a ukulele because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and then I'm like all I have to do is stay one step ahead of her, like one lesson ahead.
One week ahead.
I'm like, let's learn one more chord today. I'm like, I'm amazing now, right? And then I just fell in love with it, like I just kind of the keyboards almost seems like work now, like ukulele's like I suck, but I'm having fun,
I've got to tell you that the most influential guitar teacher I had in my life, who I've recently reconnected with, and he taught me like, all right, I'm not the greatest guitar player, but he taught me like how to approach the guitar, right?
Yeah,
right. It was amazing, and like about 7 years ago or 8 years ago, he called me up and goes, I'm starting a ukulele school. So many people want to play that instrument. I'm just doing it. And like within like a few months, all his students were like ukulele students. It was amazing. So,
right.
It's
a very
crazy
sweet instrument.
There's something wrong with me because I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in learning to play a ukulele, and I'm the only one in America.
Have you ever played one? Have you ever tried it?
No. All
right, listen.
Look at me like I'm like no, I haven't. No.
Let me tell you why I got. Let me tell you why I got this one. Right, this one has a jack on it, and I got an effects pedal. I've got it. I can't say jack on the show. I got an effects pedal for it, and like
you say jack on, but not jack off.
Exactly. I got an effects pedal, and I like rock out like.
I was thinking like
I'm in the friggin' woods, and the deer are coming out of the woods. Like, what the fuck is going on in that
what
place?
Is that? What is that? That's
But like this ukulele is kind of made to sound Telecastery through a pedal,
Huh.
So,
wow. The thought of a distorted ukulele is that alone is kind of shows how far we've come. Oh my God, Ed has frozen. Now we get to drink like 3 drinks at once. When the host freezes, everybody drinks.
Did I freeze?
That's
frozen?
a good freeze.
All right.
Oh my God, Ed is frozen.
Let me get a screenshot.
What happened?
Oh damn!
Did I freeze?
Too late.
Yeah, you're frozen again.
No.
Yeah,
we can hear your voice, but it's like what happened with Ray. It's it's like
a restart.
Very odd, very odd. Hey, I gotta slip out and say goodnight, you guys. Always love hanging. Always love hanging with you.
Great hearing you.
The best.
Will Bear, great to see you, and hope to see you soon next week on JMTV. Will Bear.
See you, Will.
Oh my God. Yeah. So anybody want to do a song? Anybody want to do a song?
Tell you what, I'll jump in. I've got one that I've been working on today.
Oh yeah, a new one.
It's new. I've had it a while, but it finally kind of came home today. And
that's great. I'd love to hear a new song. I've been hearing songs off your record for like 2 years now.
Yeah, well, this is not on the record. This will be on the next record. Whenever the next record becomes the next record.
Is this the first song of the next record?
Yeah, you might say that.
Cool.
I might have tried it here. It's a title you may have known, but it's gone through some changes. The name of the song is Coolidge Avenue. So we're gonna go. You guys hear this all right? Okay, here we go. She comes to see me on Sundays, brings chowder and biscuits for two. We set the table, sit down, TV's on, Red Sox on Channel 2. It's my favorite time of the week. For a couple hours, it's just her and me. Her cooking tastes great, like her mom used to make. Take me back to when it was us three. Coolidge Avenue, Coolidge Avenue, all the neighbors, the cookouts, and the kids running through. Writing names in hearts, carved in the bark of the sheltering sweet sugar maple. Coolidge Avenue. She says, remember how I wouldn't even try till you ran with me across the yard. I zigged and zagged down the drive, pedaling hard. Damn near hit the car, just past the mailbox. I said, Dad, I got this. Let go now, just let me go. Mom said, no more holding her close. She's got the balance she needs to know. Coolidge Avenue, Coolidge Avenue, all the neighbors, the cookouts, the kids running through. Writing names in hearts, carved in the bark of a sheltering sweet maple. Coolidge Avenue. Doing dishes together for an instant. Her mother's dancing again in her smile. She asks, is this home now too big for one? But the memories stretch out here for miles. Coolidge Avenue, Coolidge Avenue, all the neighbors, cookouts, kids running through. They're all carved in my heart, just like those names in the bark of that sheltering sweet sugar maple. And I'll stay here as long as I'm able. Coolidge Avenue, Coolidge Avenue.
Excellent. Fantastic.
That's a well-written song.
Thank you. It's still getting a little bit of tweaking, but I think it kind of rounded the final corner today. Appreciate it.
It has a lilt, a groove to it. That's really cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's
very cool.
Appreciate it.
So are you one of these guys that you finish your last record, you do a little promotion, then you immediately hop on the next one? Like, is that?
That's a good question. Not exactly. I felt pretty spent when I finally got the thing launched. But yes, it's now starting. So to answer your question, it's been a couple of months. I've just kind of watching this thing go out over radio and all that, and getting ready to play some conferences in February, which I don't know. I have no idea where they will go. They're in Kansas City. I'm not a Kansas City guy, but that's where I'm going to do some things.
That's
and
cool. It's a nice town.
No, it's a nice. What'd you say, Bill?
It's a nice town, Kansas City.
Yeah.
It's a barbecue.
I've never been there, but I hear that it is a nice town.
I've heard they have some crazy little women there.
What now? Wait,
I'm going to get me one. But to answer your question, So the answer is now the album, working on the next album has started. So it's been a few months of just kind of sitting back, but now, so Coolidge Avenue or whatever this song will ultimately get called is starting. And there's another song in the hopper. It's not ready for prime time, but there's a couple more. So.
Oh, it'll be ready for prime time soon enough on Jam TV.
Yeah, there we go. Right. I appreciate you listening. Thanks for the shot.
That was cool.
That sounds great. Bill Noble, you want to play us out?
Yeah.
Play one more for us?
Hey, Bill,
Okay,
let's
I'll
hear
do
that
one
voice.
Come on, might as well have been holding that guitar.
This one, you might wonder, what I was thinking when I didn't write this one. What was my inspiration for not writing this song? I've played this song a lot. Well, soon the pines, they will be falling everywhere. Village children fight each other for a share. And the 609 goes roaring past the creek. Deacon Lee prepares his sermon for next week. I saw Grandma yesterday down at the store, and she's really going fine for 84. And she asked me if sometime I'd fix her barn. Poor old girl, she needs a hand to run her farm. And it's good old country comfort in my bones, just the sweetest little sound my eyes have known. Just an old-fashioned feeling fully grown. Country comfort in a truck is going home. Down at the well, they got a new machine. The foreman says it cuts manpower by 15. But that ain't natural, but that's what old Ed Train would say. 'Cause he's a horse-drawn man till his dying day. And it's good old country comfort in my bones, just the sweetest sound my ears have ever known. Just an old-fashioned feeling fully grown. Country comfort in a truck is going back home. And it's good old country comfort in my bones, just the sweetest sound my ears have ever known. Just an old-fashioned feeling fully grown. Country comfort in a truck is going back home. Well, now the old fat goose is flying across the sticks. The hedgehog's done in clay between the bricks, and the rocking chair is creaking on the porch. Across the valley moves the herdsman with his torch. And it's good old country comfort in my bones, just the sweetest sound my ears have ever known.
just an old-fashioned feeling, fully go. Country comfort in a truck is going back home. Country comfort in a truck is going back home. Country comfort in a truck is going back home.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Awesome. Bravo.
Bravo.
Nice, could have opened up the vocals. I know, Nick, you were singing along. I know that. I know you were doing the harmony on it.
I was mouthing it. Yeah.
And just when you think Jam TV is over, Dave Gunnup.
Bing.
Don't even,
hour 5.
Don't even tell me you're in the Virgin Islands right now.
Not yet.
Okay.
But I have a confession to make. I haven't been on so long that I couldn't remember how to get on. I was trying with my phone.
I remember teaching you how to get on in the very early. You'd like, I'd love to come on your show, but I don't know how to do it. Everybody.
I sent you a text or an email, and I said, I'd like to play. I'm home. I have no idea how to get back on. Just pointing that out. I have a couple things to say to thank you personally for. I met a man named Jimmy McGuire.
Yeah.
Who is a really fantastic musician that I did not know.
Bass player?
I'm sorry?
Bass player?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy. Yeah. He's
Rickenbacker.
Yeah.
Really, really amazing guy. He came to a gig we were playing in Stanford with some friends, and he took a real take to our music. To make a long story short, we've done 3 songs so far. We just finished the 3rd one. They're songs with him helping us with a video.
Cool.
And if you search David Gunnup, and because I don't know how to get on YouTube. If you know how to get on YouTube, go for it. I don't.
Yeah, only the kids know how to do that nowadays.
But if you go to my name, David Gunnup, Gunnip, you'll hear the 3 songs. One's written for my youngest daughter, one's written for my oldest daughter, and one is called Up the Road, which we just finished. And it's a very graphic piece that Jimmy had a lot to do with. And I want to give him credit because I know a lot of you guys know him.
Yeah, absolutely. I met Jimmy on the show. He used to do a bass with Mike, and we did all the videos together.
I met Jimmy.
I played with him on those videos. Yeah.
I mean, I was speaking to him. I was playing, and we've been together. We've been working together now for probably 3 months because it's really, really kind of hard because I don't know shit about anything other than the songs. But he has done a great job of guiding us, and I just wanted to say that.
That's great
because a lot of you fellas probably know him.
Absolutely,
he's a good dude. He's a very good dude.
Oh, scary good dude. Anyway, I have a brand new song. It was done. It's finished yesterday, and I'm probably going to F it up, but I've got what looks like the lyrics here. I need more light.
So
I'll be right back.
Is this song about like losing your wallet and no? No, this is different. It's a whole new concept, right? I don't think he heard me.
So here, anyway, here it's called The Road.
Good news is you have your pants on.
Not Up the Road like the one we just produced and has nothing in common at all. I got to take my wedding ring off because I can't play. Close enough. Anyway, I give it one shot. I guess you guys were about to leave, but thank you for sticking around for one. We were young and crazy, and back then it was right. But you grew up and and I didn't go. I stayed at the party almost every night. When did I lose sight of the road? And where was I when you tried to tell me no? I was wrong, never thought you'd go. And it's hard to take and harder 'cause I know it's just me now. And a long, hard stretch of road. The time alone without you, the fast fall from grace, left me in a life I didn't know. 'Cause whether you were sad or happy, it still was your face. Oh, how did I let that go? And where was I when you tried to tell me no? I was wrong, I never thought you'd go. And it's hard to take it, it's harder 'cause I know it's just me now. And a long, hard stretch of road. But if I could only take you back in time, to give me one more chance to change your mind, I would show you that I can turn the boy into a man. I'm asking you, please don't go. And where was I when you tried to tell me no? I was sorry, I grew up so slow. But if you hold my hand and smile, I will know it's you and me now. It's you and me now. And the road stretch a road.
Talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice work. Nice work.
Beautiful.
You had Bill Nolan and me playing along with you, I think.
I was playing along.
And Ed too. Nice song.
That's got a good groove.
Nice
Good
story.
groove, Dave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're the first guys to hear it.
So Dave, is that out of the ether, or is that like a story?
That's a story of my wife and I.
I see. Okay, sure. It felt real. I mean, it felt like you were talking about stuff that.
There was a recent point in my life, and I mean, fairly recent. I've always said most of us as musicians are probably the last people to grow up, and when you have somebody as sweet and talented as Diane, my wife, we've been married 36 years, and she has stuck with me through a lot of really stupid shit that I did. And recently it got to a point where we were kind of at a crossroad, and I had to make a decision about me. It wasn't about her, or my kids. It was about me. And because I grew up from the streets, and I was angry, and I was fighting, and I was clawing my way up. My mother told me from the time I was born, you're never going to amount to anything. And it was really important that I did. But there was a lot of anger there. And I got up the mountain. I have a beautiful home. I have a condo in St. Croix. I'm going to play for the whole winter. I've been blessed. but I almost lost it all recently
Uh-oh.
because of my own arrogance. And it involved my oldest daughter and my wife, and arguments that I had with them both. And then I realized that the life without them would be, I'd be a drunk on St. Croix. That's how it would turn out. So I wrote this song, and I am proud of it. I didn't quite do it right, but that's the first time I think I've got it all the way through it. And it's just a lesson. I think it's a lesson for everybody.
Yeah.
I told my wife, I said, I had this anger, and I grew up fighting because we were poor, and once I got to a certain place, and I had this house that I could show my father and her father, I should have let it go right there. I should have taken that anger, put it in a box, and let it go. But I didn't, because it worked for me, and I used it against my own family when it was needed, until they were all like fed up, and I told my wife, I said, that guy's going to go in a box, and he's never going to be out again unless somebody threatens my family or you, and I promise. And the other thing that I had was I hoarded money because my mother told me we were going to be poor the rest of our lives. So I put my wife through 35 years of, why are you buying that? What are you, why are you doing that? Why do you? And all of a sudden it dawned on me, what a jackass. I'm an old guy, and we've got the money. The kids are going to get it. What am I doing? And I said to her, the gloves are off. Go buy anything you want. Just do anything you want. And she, after, and it was 10 years before that because we were playing music. So after almost 50 years, she was like, what? And she's starting to believe it. You know what I mean? Like she'll say, I said, so what? So it used to be, why? We don't need that. Look around. We don't need that.
Right. Even I don't believe it.
Right.
It's a good thing to tell her that right before Christmas too. Smart.
Well, you have no idea how much money I just spent. But I was never able to. I was many things. I was ambitious. I was that. But I was never really happy. I know God gave me some gifts, but I didn't use them to the best of my abilities. And I can say in the last 2 months, I'm happy.
Great.
Yay.
Good for that, man.
All right.
Yeah. And this song was the way that I put it, and it took a while to finish. Usually I'm pretty good with songs, but this one took a while, and because I didn't want to F it up, and it's still not quite right at the end, but it's okay to throw it out there now.
Well, I can't speak for the nice guys on this screen, but I can tell you that you don't have a monopoly on fucking up.
I'm very sure of that.
And her name, in my case, her name is Sue. And she's stood by while I've wandered around and whatever. And we're still together after 40 years, 41 in January.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
So there you are.
Yes.
Good for you, man. That's great.
Good for any of us. And if anybody in this situation or anybody who's listening to Ed's show on streaming or whatever, take a long, hard look, because in an instant, it could be gone.
Right.
And I'm just lucky. I'm just very lucky, and I still screw up some, but I actually, Johnny Montagnese, the drummer,
from the Carriage House.
Yeah,
I know.
We were at a party of his last night. That was a Christmas party with a guy named Dennis Collins, who's a really unbelievable.
I know Dennis. What a great guy.
Great singer. Know Dennis well.
And he's singing with James Taylor. He's singing with Bruce Springsteen. He's really he sang on one of our records when we were all poor, and I was having so much fun that I drank too much. And I promised myself, because at the gigs, as Ed has probably seen once or twice, I tend to have too good a time, and it tends to make me stupid or arrogant or whatever. And I promised myself that was never going to happen again. And last night we were singing, I was singing this song, and it was moving and stuff, but I didn't eat anything all day, and I drank. And by the time we got to go to my car, I gave her the keys and I said, I can't drive, and she knew it. She said, and you take 2 steps forward, you take 1 step back. Last night was a big failure for me, and I haven't had one in quite some time. So I'm really, really disappointed in myself right now. I'm just trying to show you all sides of the guy that's trying his best to wake up.
Yeah, don't be too hard on yourself, man. It's kind of like you have self-realization, and that's like a big step. Like what you did. It's one night in a marathon of life, and it's like don't be hard on yourself, man.
Thank you. You're right.
No, Bill couldn't be more on target. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, don't beat yourself up, man. Everybody makes mistakes.
No, I haven't. I was not going to tell you guys. I was just going to leave it like the happy ending story. But then I said to myself, if you do that, you're the same bullshitter you've been all along. So you better fess up and admit that yesterday was a really bad night for me. Now, today was a great day. Tomorrow will be a great day. The rules are still there. I just forgot them. I was having a real good time. I was singing. It was, and the next thing I knew, I was loaded, and I felt like an ass. I woke up this morning going, "Oh Jesus, God, what did I do? What did I do?" Now, to my gratefulness, everybody that I might have done something to, and I tried to message a few people that I thought, they said, "Don't worry about it. You're fine." People are very gracious when it comes to that, but they're not going to be gracious forever. They're just not. So I'm human. I'm trying. I'm doing well. I'm getting ready to go to St. Croix in a couple of weeks and play down there a lot. It's so nice. I can't get out of here fast enough. I got to be honest. But I got a lot of work to do still.
It sounds like maybe some of this stuff is related to drinking. Is that?
Totally.
So that's a pinpoint on something, and you understand your blessings. You understand that work for you, and you understand what doesn't work for you. So it's just a matter of trying to either balance it or eliminate
barriers,
it.
Putting parameters on it, especially at the gigs. I told my wife, because everybody was fed up with me. Especially at the gigs, because we have a great crowd that comes to see us every time. It's great, but I have seen myself now on video that a lot of people have taken, and at the beginning of the night, I'm a really good player. By the end of the night, I'm kind of a fool. And I said to my wife, I said, I'm going to have 2 glasses of wine a gig. That's it. And I have played 10 gigs since then, and I stuck to it. And she has said to me, she wouldn't even drive home with me. It got bad enough. She'd have somebody else drive her home. And she said the last gig, she said, "Are you okay?" I said, "I am totally fine." She goes, then you can drive me home. It was one of the, it was a milestone for me. But last night, I had to ask her to drive me home because of what I did. So I've lost a lot of ground, but she said to me tonight at dinner, she said, I'm not going anywhere. She said, you just fucked up, and you shouldn't do it. And I said, you're right. And yes, Randy, it's all about drinking. It's not all about drinking. It's about the other things I talked about. But drinking just triggers it. You know.
Again, that's not losing a lot of ground. That's like
Bill, you said it. Yeah,
you got a blip here. You got a blip here, and it's like basically you have self-awareness, and self-awareness is just such it's a smart thing. It's a gift. It's like
Well, I didn't have it for
I
didn't have it for 65 years, so it's sneaking up on me right now. But anyway,
okay, Dave, do one more song for us. I want to hear you do one more song.
All right. This is a Christmas song, but you won't know it. And it doesn't really sound.
I can take it. I can take a Christmas song, despite what I might have said.
Can you hear this guitar enough?
Yeah.
The Grinch of Pennsylvania.
Well, the streets are filled with laughter and light, and the music of the seasons.
Oh, I love this song.
And the merchants' windows are all bright with the faces of the children and their families hurrying to their homes, while the sky darkens and freezes. They'll be gathering around their hearths and tables, giving thanks for God's blessings and the birth of the rebel Jesus. Well, they call him by the Prince of Peace, and they call him by the Savior, and they pray for him upon the seas and in every bold endeavor, and they fill his churches with their pride and gold, while their faith in him increases. But they've turned the nature that I worship him from a temple to a robber's den. In the words of the rebel Jesus, we guard our world with locks and guns, and we guard our fine possessions. And once a year, when Christmas comes, we give to our relations, and perhaps we give a little to the poor. If the generosity should seize us, but if any one of us should interfere in the business of why there are poor, they get the same as the rebel Jesus. But pardon me if I have seemed to take the tone of judgment, for I've no wish to come between this day and your enjoyment in a life of hardship and of earthly toil. There's a need for anything that frees us. So I bid you pleasure, and I bid you cheer, from a heathen and a pagan, on the side of the rebel Jesus, on the side of the rebel Jesus, on the side of the rebel Jesus.
Nice.
Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Can you hear me, Dave? Can you hear me? Santa loves you, man.
What?
Santa loves you. Santa loves you.
Oh, Santa, okay.
Santa loves you.
He's like, I don't see anybody's lips moving.
Can't see it. Yeah, I'm
it's
looking around
Santa.
going, who's talking
It's
to me?
Santa.
That's a great song. Thank you. Thank you.
Did Jackson Brown write that song? Did he write that?
Yes,
No.
I think so.
No.
Didn't Jackson Brown write it? No?
Jack Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackson Brown, yeah.
But he doesn't play it, and I don't know why. I've seen him a couple of times, and I think it's one of the best songs ever written. But when I play it, people think I wrote it because it's, it's so obscure that
it's on that. It's on a recording with the Chieftains. I mean, I had that CD. It was like a. I mean, is that
I don't
what
know
it
how I learned it. Because I don't remember him ever doing it. I think somebody else taught me this song, and when I heard it, I said, "Could you write that out?" And then I started learning it. It's I sing it every Christmas. I don't sing it all year long, but right around this time of year, it fits.
Great song.
Yeah. Anyway, guys,
This is great.
Oh, you guys, so good to see you. I'm so happy you made it on the show tonight. Dave got up, Santa Claus, Bill Nolan, Nick Carter, Randy Starr.
I love you all. Love you all. Even you, Randy. You too, Randy.
Even you.
Randy, I love you. I love you, man.
All right. And now for something completely different. I'll see you all next week on Show 127.
Stay well. Bye-bye.
Thank you all for your
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Be well, everybody.
killed.